check. 1, 2. All right, a very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I request everyone to please join us in the main conference hall because it's time we get started with this event. एक बार सभी से मैं रिक्वेस्ट करती हूँ कि वो हमें ज्वाइन कर ले because our chief guest has arrived for today. So requesting everyone to please join us back from the pre-function area in the main conference hall.
And dignitaries are also going to join very soon. So please be seated before that.
Well, requesting all our members of the audience outside in the pre-function area to please join us back in the conference hall because our chief guest is here, our dignitaries are here, and they are just about to join us on stage in the next few minutes. So requesting everyone to please join us in, take a seat because I'm sure this event is something none of y'all would want to miss. These are experiences none of y'all would want to miss. So requesting everyone to please join us in and take a seat. Requesting all our members of the audience one more time कि आप आकर इस कॉन्फ्रेंस हॉल में हमारे साथ जुड़ जाइए. हमारे चीफ गेस्ट and all our dignitaries are right here waiting for you all to join. So requesting everyone to please join us in and take a seat because that is where we will begin with our event for today. So requesting everyone to please take a seat. Well, I do see some fantastic conversations happening right there, but I'm sure that we all will have enough time for networking and taking those conversations ahead. But in the meantime, requesting everyone to please join us in and take a seat. That's where we will begin with this phenomenal afternoon where we all are looking forward to host you all. So requesting everyone, urging everyone to please take a seat. Once again, a cue to all our members. If you all are there outside in the pre-function area, please join us right here in the conference hall because that's where we will begin with this phenomenal afternoon. So requesting everyone to join us and take a seat. All right, a very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Well, come on, I think we had some good lunch outside, right? So let us respond a little louder. A very good afternoon, everyone. थैंक यू वेल इस कार्यक्रम में आप सभी का बहुत बहुत स्वागत है और मैं ये ज़रूर कह सकती हूँ कि आप सभी के आने से यह आयोजन और भी खास हो गया है। कहा जाता है कि मंजिलें उन्हीं को मिलती है जिनके सपनों में जान होती है। मंजिलें उन्हीं को मिलती है जिनके सपनों में जान होती है। पंख से कुछ नहीं होता, हौसलों में उड़ान होती है। Namaskar and a very good afternoon to each one of you, ladies and gentlemen. I am Priya Shramankar, your host for today, and I extend a very warm welcome to each one of you to this prestigious event, the E7 Citation Ceremony and the release of E7 Annual Report. एक बार जोरदार तालियों से इस कार्यक्रम की शुरुआत करें, everyone. Well, okay, I think this applause sounds good to me here, but looking at all of you in the audience, I think you all can still do it much better, right? So on that note, one more time, a very warm welcome to each one of you. Can we have a louder round of applause to begin with? Thank you so much. Well, I must say that we are honored to have some of the most distinguished leaders from the banking and financial sector with us today, celebrating yet another milestone in the journey of enhanced access and service excellence, popularly known as EASE. So today I can, of course, say that we gather here not just to deliberate, but to celebrate the transformative achievements of the E7 framework, recognizing outstanding achievers and reflect on the future of Indian banking. And I must say it is only befitting for me to begin this afternoon, as I believe, to begin this auspicious occasion. Now I would like to invite our esteemed dignitaries to the dais. So first up, with your applauses, let's welcome, ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for Shri M. Nagaraju, IAS, Secretary of the Department of Financial Services, Ministry of Finance, Government of India. Let's put our hands together, louder please. A very warm welcome. May I also request Shri C.S. Sethi, Chairman, Indian Banks Association and State Bank of India, Shri Atul Kumar Goyal, Chief Executive IBA, and Shri Ashwini Kumar Tiwari, Chairman, E-Steering Committee and Managing Director, SBI, to join us on bank. Ladies and gentlemen, now that we have the dynamic presence of all our distinguished leaders, can we have a dynamic round of applause for them, please? A very warm welcome to each one of you. With that, may I now request Shri C.S. Sethi, Chairman, Indian Banks Association and SBI, to graciously extend a formal welcome and present a bouquet to Shri M. Nagaraju, Secretary, Department of Financial Services, Government of India. Come on, let's give a round of applause one more time for his esteemed presence at this afternoon. Well, let's ensure we get a fantastic picture clicked. Thank you so very much, sir, for taking your time out and joining us here. I also request Shri Atul Kumar Goyal, Chief Executive IBA, to present a bouquet to Shri C.S. Sethi, Chairman, IBA and SBI. Let's put our hands together for him as well. Thank you. Now I request Shri Gopal Murli Bhagat, Deputy Chief Executive IBA, to please step forward and present a floral bouquet to Shri Ashish Madhav Rao More, IAS Joint Secretary DFS. Come on, let's put our hands together. Thank you, sir, for joining us here. I also request Shri Gopal Murli Bhagat to please present a floral bouquet to Shri Rohan Chand Thakur, IAS Director DFS, for your esteemed presence at this event. Thank you, sir, for joining us. Thank you. And now I'd like to request Shri S.K. Thapar, Senior Advisor at EASE, to join us and present a floral bouquet to Shri Ashwini Kumar Tiwari, Chairman, E-Steering Committee, Managing Director, SBI. Let's put our hands together and thank you for joining us here, sir. I also request Shri S.K. Thapar sir to please present a floral bouquet to Shri Atul Kumar Goel, Chief Executive, IBA. Come on, the applauses should go on. Dynamic presence of our leaders right here. Thank you. देवी और सज्जनों, कहा जाता है कि एक दीप से कई दीप जलते हैं, वैसे ही एक विचार से कई नए विचार जन्म लेते हैं। यह दीप प्रज्वलन न केवल प्रकाश का प्रतीक है, बल्कि ज्ञान, सीख और साझा प्रयासों का भी संदेश है। Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time we begin this auspicious afternoon by lighting of the ceremonial lamp. So I kindly request Shri M. Nagaraju, Secretary DFS, to join us for the lamplight ceremony. Well, requesting Shri M. Nagaraju sir to please join us. May I also request Shri C.S. Sethi, Chairman, IBA and State Bank of India, to join us for the lamplight ceremony. Also inviting Shri Atul Kumar Goel and Shri Ashwini Kumar Tiwari to join us for the lamplight ceremony. I would also like to invite Shri Ashish Madhavram More, Joint Secretary DFS, and Shri Rohan Chand Thakur to join us for the lamplight ceremony. Yes, most definitely. We love their energy, we love their enthusiasm, because that applause must go on. Indeed, an auspicious moment. I must say that no better start to an event by lighting, other than lighting the ceremonial lamp. So thank you to our dignitaries for doing that. Thank you so much. Requesting our dignitaries to please join us back on stage, or can take a seat back on the stage. Thank you one more time for joining us in this symbolic gesture of knowledge, light and progress. देवी और सज्जनों, चलिए शुरुआत करते हैं इस खूबसूरत कार्यक्रम की. And now, to officially commence the event, I'd like to invite Shri Atul Kumar Goel, Chief Executive IBA, to join us and welcome this august gathering here. Let's put our hands together for him as well, please.
Very good afternoon to everybody. Respected Sri M. Nagaraju sir, IAS, Secretary, Department of the Financial Service, Ministry of Finance, Government of India, Sri C.S. Sethi, Chairman, Indian Bank Association, as well as the Chairman of the State Bank of India, Sri Ashwin Kumar Tiwari, Chairman, Steering Committee is MD of the State Bank of India, Sri Ashish Madhavram Morji, IAS, Joint Secretary, Department of the Financial Service, MD and CEO of the Public Sector Bank, Sri Rohan Chand Thakur ji, IAS and the Director of the Banking DFS, Executive Director of the PSBs and other officials from the public sector banks and the banking fraternity. Once again, very good afternoon to all of you. It is a matter of privilege in welcoming all the dignitaries to the E7 citation program, as well as the release of the annual report and showcasing the unique ease pillar second initiative by top leadership of the PSBs. Let me begin by expressing our deep gratitude to Sri M. Nagaraju sir, IAS Secretary, Department of the Financial Services, Ministry of Finance, Government of India, for accepting our invitation as a chief guest for the today's occasion. Sir, really we are grateful to you, sir. His presence has always been inspiring for us on account of the continuous support of the Secretary DFS. I think you all will agree the first time we are in a position to hold this citation program well before the close of the results. Sir, last June itself, we have declared the result of the E7 and we are celebrating this function with your gracious person. Last 2025, E6, the citation program was held in the March 17th of the current financial year. So for which really we are grateful to you, sir. Under the guidance of the DFS, the Ease Reforms Initiative during its last 7 years journey has become a cornerstone of transformation and provided a platform to all the public sector banks to deliberate of the challenges and share best initiative for overall growth of the PSBs. This can be watched from the remarkable achievement the bank have registered right from the business processing reengineering, digitization, the customer journey, the customer centricity, robust risks and the compliance culture, and all above the human resources practices. I will give you 2-3 data that is definitely a role of the ease also is agenda. The first, sir, the lead generation. Then second is the underwriting standard. Third is the credit monitoring of the loan, EWS, etc., early warning signal. Then collection efficiency. And most important is the customer convenience, customer satisfaction, customer centricity. Sir, on account of this, I think everybody will agree the profitability of the public sector bank in last year 23-24, which was 1.4 trillion, has improved to 1.78 trillion in the last year 25-26. And in addition to that, if you see the assets quality, which was 0.72 in the March 24, has reduced to 0.52 in the March 25. And not only this, this capital adequacy ratio of all the public sector combined together, it's 16.3%. And last year, sir, all the public sector bank raised the money from the market by the QIP. The last year only the state bank, because there was a issue of the percentage of the government, and I given to understand, I got the information that they have already planning a 25,000 rupees QIP, so which will further add to the capital adequacy. So this is the really the impact of the ease. And under the ease, not only the common reform agenda, that is pillar 1 is the pursued, but the bank is also preparing the 3 years bank specific program under the pillar 2 and exploring the collaborative initiative like the common shared utility. And today is one of the session first time ki whatever they have but done in the pillar 2, they will showcase the in 2 days function also. So today, sir, as we have gathered to felicitate the top performing bank under the E7, we are not just celebrating the achievement. We are celebrating a shared journey, a journey driven by the resilience, innovation, and resilient pursuant to the customer-centric, tech-enabled banking. The Ease 8, which have been recherished as Ease Rise, will surely take the journey to a new height, where more emphasis has been put on the resilient as well as the innovative banking. Emphasis on the capital optimization and operational risk will further strengthen the risk and compliance culture in the bank. Before I conclude, I would also like to acknowledge the inspiring steward of the chairman of IBA and SBI chairman, Sri Shetty sir, whose strategic vision continues to set the tone for collaborating growth and leadership across the sector. As IBA chief, I take this opportunity to commend the efforts of all the stakeholders who have contributed to this journey. Let us continue the journey with greater resolve and commitment for creating a resilient banking ecosystem. Once again, I express my deep gratitude to our chief guest for his kind presence and extend the warm welcome to all of you. Thank you very much. Jai Hind. One more thing, sir, with the permission of you, sir. Today is the birthday of our Rao sir, the MD of the Central Bank of India, who was going to the superannuated in this month only. So I would like to give the bouquet from my side, IBA side, because he was the past chairman of the IBA also. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much, sir. Let's give a warm round of applause for that address. Thank you so much, sir, for that warm and inspiring welcome to our audience and, of course, to our dignitaries as well. And also taking us through this celebration and also reminding us of the journey of ease and the shared vision of PSBs towards building a more inclusive, empowered, and a customer-first financial ecosystem. Thank you one more time. With that, ladies and gentlemen, let us now take a moment to reflect on what is truly the significance of today's event. And it is my indeed privilege to invite, with your applauses, Shri C.S. Sethi, Chairman, IBA and SBI, to share his thoughts for today's event and the genesis of Ease Journey. Let's put a louder round of applause for him. The stage is all yours, sir.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Shri M. Nagaraju, Secretary, Department of Financial Services, Minister of Finance, Government of India. Shri Atul Kumar Goyal, Chief Executive, Indian Banks Association. Shri Ashish Madhavram More, IAS Joint Secretary, DFS. Shri Ashwini Kumar Tiwari, Chairman, SteerCo, IBA and MD SBI. Mr. Thakur from DFS, MD CEOs of the banks, executive directors of the PSBs, and many senior officers from public sector banks. I would start on a lighter note. When we reached the 7th version of Ease, the dais has gone up. So it was a slightly lower when we started in the Ease 1.0. But it is also a reflection of the status of public sector banks. If I have to really symbolically talk about it, in the first version, which is an outcome of the Manthan program in 2017, Gyan Sangam in 2016, and further shaped by Manthan in 2017, is almost 8 to 9 years of our journey. And in these 8 to 9 years, I also see that many of us who were maybe, slightly less senior in the banking organizations, we all have moved up into the boardroom positions. And I'm glad that some of us who have started the journey in 2016-17, I've been there from the first version of Ease. And I think a few of you probably are in some way or the other associated with the Ease program in the initial years. It's a very great moment to realize that today, the concerns what we have had maybe 7, 8 years ago, while I'm not saying that they're completely removed, but to a large extent we were able to collectively address them. And the biggest achievement in my view is the way the digital adoption, what public sector banks have done, and in turn have stayed relevant for the crores of customers who trust public sector banks. I think that is the greatest achievement. There are quite a few I will talk as I go, but I think this is a very important point to realize that we have reimagined, reinvented, and stayed relevant in this journey of 7 to 8 years of Ease program. I think Mr. Goyal had mentioned the financial performance improvement. Financial performance improvement is an outcome of many things what we have done in operational areas. We have relooked at our processes. We have relooked at our readiness to adopt the digital processes. We have relooked at our HR practices over the years, which has always been a critical component of Ease. And these are all helped us, while the ecosystem has also helped us because the economy has improved. Insolvency and the bankruptcy code has come, which has helped us to recover substantial amounts. But the combination of ecosystem developments, legal improvements, and the government support in our endeavors. But the role of Ease, in some way, I think, need to be recognized, and that is what actually brings us, all of us here. So when we are in the 8th year of transformation journey, so with each passing year, Ease has helped PSBs become more responsive, more customer-centric, more technology-enabled, and more resilient. In fact, under the IBA's guidance, as per the desire of the Honorable FM, we have conducted an extensive customer survey, the results of which would be probably shared with individual banks soon. I request Mr. Goyal to take it forward. This survey has, we asked in the last 5 years, how do customers feel about the improvement in banking services? It was not restricted only to the public sector banks, a combination of 12 public sector banks and 12 private sector banks. One theme which has emerged from the customer point of view is that they were all uniformly happy with the digital transformation which has happened in the banking sector. And I attribute, I think, at least for public sector banks, a major component of that contribution has come from the EASE program. But if you see the journey, of course, I think there will be some presentation on the journey too. Over the years, the EASE reforms have guided PSBs towards higher performance and greater impact. The journey began with a push for responsiveness and responsibility. The full form of EASE, you're all aware, enhanced access and service excellence. The first meeting of Manthan, which was held in our State Bank Academy in Gurgaon, post Gyan Sangam, when we were there, when this name was designed, can you believe that the first theme what has been chosen is enhanced access? It is a kind of, in a way, an oxymoron when we looked at it, because at that time, PSB still had a dominant market share. We continue to have a dominant market share. At that time, I think 65% market share was there. But the general impression is that the public sector bank services require enhancement, even in access. The access was the primary purpose of public sector banks. So while enhanced access itself did not mean the physical access, it meant that you have to, in a manner of speaking, increase the access to the digital channel or many other alternate channel mechanisms, which were integrated into EASE psychology. Service excellence, of course, went through many iterations as we moved. And the definition of service excellence has changed over the last 7 to 8 years of our journey of EASE. So EASE 1.0 from responsive and responsibility moved swiftly towards promoting clean banking, which is essentially many structural changes in the way we have been doing business, particularly on the resolution of stressed assets. Then advanced into large-scale adoption of smart technologies. I think EASE 3.0 was a turning point, not because I became the STIRCO chair. It is also because I think it moved essentially from a structural improvements to a digital adoption. EASE 3.0 onwards, if you see, the recurring theme always has been how do we introduce more and more technological innovations in the public sector space. So as banks evolved, the focus expanded to simplifying processes and fostering collaboration. This is EASE 4.0. The reform subsequently emphasized data-driven decision-making and inclusive banking. This is EASE 5.0. Customer-friendly services powered by modern capabilities, again, 6th version. And most importantly, creating resilient institutions that can actively contribute to India's economic development from EASE 7.0, for celebrating which we are here today. So if you see the journey of EASE is also the journey of transformation of banking industry in general and public sector banking in particular. I think it's a very good classical story of how the transformation can be driven in a consolidated effort. So these reforms are aligned with the Honorable Prime Minister's guiding mantra of reform, perform, and transform. And they have contributed meaningfully to India's rise as the world's 4th largest economy. And now EASE 8.0 will take us further with the theme of RISE, that is standing for risk and resilience, innovation and socio-economic impact and excellence. It is a powerful articulation of what the future of PSBs must be and also aligned with our Viksit Bharat goals. Having been closely associated with the EASE journey from the beginning, I can say with confidence that well-planned, collectively executed reforms can deliver extraordinary outcomes. PSBs today are stronger, more agile, and better prepared for the future. What stands out in the journey is the spirit of collaboration. PSBs came together to share strategies, adopt common policies and best practices, and the cooperation has been one of the key drivers of our success in the EASE program. We have seen remarkable improvements in financial inclusion, digital delivery, risk management, governance, and most importantly, in customer experience. But one important entity which needed to be commended on this point is the unwavering support and guidance of the Department of Financial Services, the leadership of bank boards and senior management. Particularly, I would like to mention about the DFS. Over the years, in fact, there were version, I think, if I remember, EASE 5.0. Earlier also I mentioned EASE 5.0, DFS wanted to exit. And I really had to plead with DFS, sir, if you are not there, both the AS and the JS were present at that time. I told them, if you are not there, this program will not get the traction which it desires, desirable traction. Though DFS always held a view that now this program is matured enough to be driven by the IBA. I'm glad that DFS continue to be associated with this. It is not only in terms of driving the public sector banks to be serious about this program, more importantly, some of the concerns of the financial services sector as an overall, I think DFS has a better appreciation, and some of those ideas can be incorporated in the EASE program. That is what I have seen consistently, that the value addition which has happened from the DFS. I request Secretary, sir, this program, as long as it runs, it has to be run in the aegis of DFS. And of course, IBA will always be committed to work with that. And I also must acknowledge tireless commitment of lakhs of employees across the PSBs. We may not, I think our employees may not be knowing our own initiatives, but every one of the public sector bank employees is aware of what is EASE program. I think that's a grand success in terms of the change management and communication strategy what we have adopted in EASE. So the EASE citations we confer today are a recognition of progress and performance. Even though they are rank-based, the true spirit behind them is not just about competition, but rather about encouragement and adoption. Every participating bank has contributed to this transformation, and each one deserves appreciation. I would also like to thank our knowledge partners for their invaluable contribution to the EASE journey. Their insights and unwavering support have been instrumental in driving an impactful and sustained transformation across PSBs. So as we now step into EASE 8.0, I am confident that our banks will continue this journey with renewed commitment, setting new benchmarks in banking excellence, and playing a pivotal role in the vision of Viksit Bharat. Thank you, and Jai Hind.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, a bigger round of applause for Sir C.S. Sethi. Thank you so much, sir. I must say that thank you for sharing your inspiring remarks, not only just highlighting the transformative journey of PSBs through EASE 7, but also setting a powerful vision for EASE 8. And I must say that your words have truly energized our collective vision right here. So thank you one more time. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, before we embrace the opportunities ahead, I believe that it is always important to look back and reflect back of how far we've come. Well, the EASE initiative have revolutionized banking efficiency, customer experience, and digital transformation over the years now. And to present an overview of EASE journey and highlights of EASE, I'd like to invite on stage Shri S.K. Thapar, Senior Advisor EASE, and our knowledge partner as well on stage. Let's put our hands together for him.
Respected Shri M. Nagaraju ji, IAS Secretary, Department of Financial Services, Ministry of Finance, Government of India. Shri C.S. Sethi ji, Chairman, Indian Banks Association and State Bank of India. Shri Atul Kumar Goyal ji, Chief Executive, Indian Banks Association. Shri Ashwini Kumar Tiwari ji, Chairman East Steering Committee, IBA, and Managing Director, State Bank of India. MDs, CEOs of public sector banks, Shri Ashish Madhav Rao More ji, IES Joint Secretary, DFS, Shri Rohan Chand Thakur ji, IES Director, Banking, DFS, Executive Directors and other officials from public sector banks and banking fraternity. Good afternoon all. These reforms were conceptualized to overcome the challenges which the PSBs were facing post-economic downturn. After 7 years of successful ease reform journey, all public sector banks now have strong balance sheets, well capitalized and technologically advanced to support economic development of the country. Ease 7.0 reforms agenda revolved around government vision of Viksit Bharat 2047. This vision required big capex in infra and sunrise sectors. So the need was that the public sector banks, being the resource mobilizers, should build in-house capabilities to develop credit underwriting models to fund such projects. As such, under ease, PSBs were requested to identify champion sectors as per their risk appetite. I am pleased to share that now all public sector banks have board-approved champion sector policy along with 2 years roadmap and have set up specialized verticals, invested in capacity building and succeeding in business adoption. In this present disruptive market, it was also need of the hour to develop innovative products to onboard new customers and retain the existing ones by offering differentiated products. Accordingly, agenda was to introduce specific products for youth, women, HNI, ultra HNI, mass affluence customers. It is heartening to put on record that all PSBs have introduced need-based tailored products for customers and also appointed relationship managers for their top-tier customers. In this digital age, to mitigate the risk of frauds, under E 7.0, agenda was to monitor real-time transaction-based triggers and to identify mule accounts. Now, all public sector banks have developed capabilities through Enterprise Fraud Risk Management System, that is EFRMS, integrated with 20 channels to prevent such frauds. Further, under roadmap, the agenda is to integrate it with I4C Ministry of Home Affairs platform to trace and block the funds immediately. For enhancing technological capabilities, banks were required to develop framework on GenAI. I am pleased to inform that now banks have developed more than 70 GenAI use cases to enhance customer and employee experience and bring operational efficiency. PSBs understand that their greatest asset is human capital. As per reform agenda, all public sector banks are now doing skill assessment of their employees and provide analytic-based personalized learning. To provide a seamless banking experience for customers, PSB now provide digitally end-to-end journeys for 9 key products, including Shishu, Kishore, and Tarun Mudra loans, working capital and term loans up to 25 lakhs, KCC up to 2 lakh, dairy loans up to 50,000, personal, car, and education loans. PSBs also have implemented digital end-to-end journeys for CASA customers onboarding under E 7.0. The journey will continue with your commitment. Now, I would like to request my knowledge partner to shed some light on Ease 8.0, that is Ease Rise.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Thapar. It's a pleasure and an honor for us to kind of stand here and introduce Ease Rise today. I think Ease Rise, the newest edition, has 4 key pillars. I think the risk resilience with the focus on non-financial risk, credit risk, innovation for embracing new cutting-edge technologies, particularly in the field of AI and agentic, socio-economic for a broader community development, excellence in core business operations. How do we really expand our channels in order to get more business, and also investing in newer capabilities as well. The Ease Rise, the 4 themes will actually translate, if you go to the next page, into 16 reform intents. Many of these reform intents will have very specific initiatives, nearly 60 odd initiatives which the banks are really driving, which translate into 200 plus metrics. And these metrics are both capability indicators as well as the performance indicators. The focus this year, like it's been already said, is to number 1, scale up and monetize the existing capabilities. Many of these foundations have been laid over the period of years, but also to lay some next generation capabilities as well, which prepares the public sector banks for the next decade. I would like to just take a moment to thank all the senior dignitaries from DFS who have actually taken out a lot of time and especially invested time in Ease to give their guidance every week. We look forward for this continued guidance from all of you. I would also like to thank the Ease Steering Committee members, senior officials from IBA, top management, and also all the leaders in the banks as well as the nodal officers who have helped us to collaborate but also co-create Ease Rise. A big thank you to you all. We are looking forward to building on this momentum and collaborating with each one of you to actually deliver the reform intents the next coming year. As we go into this next journey, I would like to play a small video which actually captures the essence of the Ease journey, but also the impact that you all have delivered for the industry and its customers this year. If I may just request for the video to be played. Thank you.
Well, come on, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a huge round of applause one more time. I must say that was an extraordinary
Ease
showcase.
7 marked another significant milestone in the transformation journey of India's public sector banks, transforming action into intent, powering a system that's faster, smarter, and more inclusive than ever before. This journey empowered farmers, supported entrepreneurs, uplifted women, and backed businesses of every size across the nation. The Enhanced Access and Service Excellence Agenda, or EASE, was conceptualized in 2018. Throughout the EASE 7.0 journey, all the 12 public sector banks came together with intent and energy, united by a bold commitment to excellence, innovation, and redefining the future of banking. The 7th edition built capabilities across 5 strategic themes: banking towards Viksit Bharat, excellence in customer service, adoption of new age technology and other advanced capabilities, effective risk and fraud management, collections and recovery, and developing employees for emerging banking priorities. To operationalize the 5 reform themes, 21 actionable initiatives were identified, ensuring focused execution and collaboration. These were translated into 250 performance metrics, enabling precise data-driven tracking of progress and outcomes across banks. The public sector banking transformation has been palpable over the last year. Some of the notable impact includes a greater role of analytics-based models in generating new business, increased services offered at non-home branches, jump in adoption of mobile and internet banking features by MSME customers, a higher adoption of youth-oriented products, learning modules availability across channels. EASE 7.0 emphasized the Viksit Bharat mission and increased focus on MSMEs, agri customers, women and youth.
32 ஆண்டுகளாக மீன் தொழில் செய்து வருகிறேன். காலைல 4 மணிக்கு கடலுக்கு போனால் மாலை 4 மணிக்கு கரைக்கு வரைக்கும் ஒரு விஷயமா ஏதாவது உதவி பண்ண முடியுமான்னு கேட்டோம். இங்கே படகுலேயே உட்கார்ந்து சிசு முத்ரா எஸ்டிபி டிஜிட்டல் முறையில் செல்லை பயன்படுத்தி 15 நிமிஷத்தில் என்னுடைய வங்கி கணக்குக்கு 50,000 ரூபாய் பெற உடனே கிடைக்க உதவி பண்ணாங்க. பிரதம மந்திரி முத்ரா திட்டத்தின் மூலமாக நல்ல முறையில் தொழில் செய்து வருகிறோம்.
Customer First is now the performance standard. Banks enhanced customer experience with accessible tablet-enabled assistance, chatbot-based services, and customer feedback mechanisms.
माझं नाव मनीषा दत्तात्रय जाधव. मला लोनची गरज होती म्हणून मी बँक ऑफ इंडियामध्ये अप्लाय केलं होतं आणि मग हे सर्व करायला मला 5 मिनटं झाले. 5 मिनटामध्ये माझं सर्व प्रोसिजर झाली. नंतर मी बँकेला जाऊन भेटले आणि सर्व माझे आधार कार्ड ओरिजिनल सर्व जमा केले, तिथे दाखवले आणि त्यानंतर माझं 1-2 तासामध्ये माझं सर्व प्रोसिजर पूर्ण करून माझ्या अकाउंटमध्ये पैसे दिले.
Ease 7.0 made banks future ready, enhancing tech platforms while building new age capabilities in Gen AI, data analytics, and beyond.
We are also exploring the next frontier with agentic AI and have developed advanced propensity models to better understand home and car loan needs, helping us serve our customers more effectively and boost conversions.
मेरा नाम मुकेश ठक्कर और मेरी कंपनी का नाम है मैक्सन इंटरनेशनल. नॉर्मल बैंक्स में कैसा होता है कि इट विल टेक टाइम 15-20 डेज टू प्रोसेस दी एनी काइंड ऑफ लोन, चाहे वो टर्म लोन हो चाहे वो सीसी हो. लेकिन आई वॉज लिटरली सरप्राइज्ड कि उन्होंने मुझसे वेरी लेस डॉक्यूमेंट्स मांगे थे, तो उन्होंने डॉक्यूमेंट्स लेके विद इन 15-20 मिनट्स मुझे इन प्रिंसिपल सेंक्शन दे दिया था 2 करोड़ का.
Ease 7.0 focused on secure banking operations, driving digital collections, recovery, risk management, and fraud prevention.
Now, we use predictive analytics to flag high-risk accounts, and with the collection and monitoring tools, we can easily and take a quick decision regarding the high-risk accounts. Now, it's not just chasing the defaults; it is like we can prevent them.
Ease 7.0 improved employee productivity. Banks were strengthened through digitized HR operations and analytics-driven personalized learning for skill development.
The Professional Enhancement and Employee Development Program allowed me to deepen my skills, which helped me understand different business scenarios. I feel supported in pursuing what I'm passionate about, and I feel more prepared to make smart and quick decisions that make our customers happy.
As we celebrate the Ease 7.0 journey today, let's
Well, yes, we're having the video on. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, bear with us. We'll just have our next part of the video coming up very soon. Well, yes, we live in a world of technology, right? So that definitely is a part when it comes to technology here. So yes, just bear with us for a few more seconds. Well, yes, by far, we've already seen some extraordinary showcase of the Ease journey.
Employee productivity. Banks were
Yes,
strengthened
right here.
through digitized HR operations and analytics-driven personalized learning for skill development.
The Professional Enhancement and Employee Development Program allowed me to deepen my skills, which helped me understand different business scenarios. I feel supported in pursuing what I'm passionate about, and I feel more prepared to make smart and quick decisions that make our customers happy.
As we celebrate the Ease 7.0 journey today, let's hear from the leaders who propelled their banks to new heights this past year.
The 7th edition of Ease has further aligned banking reforms with the national vision of Viksit Bharat 2047. As chairman of the Indian Banks Association, I commend all the public sector banks for their collective achievements under Ease 7.0 and urge them to maintain this momentum as we move forward with Ease Rise, the 8th edition for financial year 2025-26.
Significant progress has been made in areas such as digital onboarding, risk management, generative AI use cases, and streamlined processes like e-KYC and deceased claim settlement. I congratulate all awardees and acknowledge the collective commitment of PSBs in making this journey a success.
We as a bank deployed many digital initiatives such as Aditi, our Gen AI powered virtual relationship manager, Adi, our multilingual chatbot, and also Gyansaya, our intelligent employee assistant model.
Bank has significantly enhanced MSME offerings through technology-driven solutions such as fully digital journeys for PM Swanidhi, PM Vishwakarma, Mudra loans and DG MSME loans for existing as well as new customers.
Taking cue from ease reform, our bank has successfully deployed advanced machine learning algorithms in ML Moon to detect potential money mule accounts with a remarkable accuracy of 95%, enabling timely intervention and fraud prevention.
Bank has set up next generation cybersecurity operations center and also implemented a 4-way disaster recovery setup that ensures uninterrupted service always.
At Bank of India, customer experience is central to these reforms. The bank is expanding its footprint in the UPI ecosystem, making digital banking faster, easier and more secure. These initiatives are making service delivery faster and more efficient.
Bank has instituted a robust data governance policy and launched a data quality index dashboard to uphold data integrity. Leveraging our advanced analytics center of excellence, we are not just growing, we are growing smarter.
Well, yes, ladies and gentlemen, that was about E7 banking towards Viksit Bharat. Can we have a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? I must say that that was an extraordinary showcase of the E's journey, truly reflecting the dedication and progress of the banking sector right here. So once again, thank you so much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I am sure it is a moment you and me are unanimously curious about. I can see some wide smiles in the audience already, so you all know what is in queue up next, right? Yes, we arrive now at a very pivotal moment, which is the release and the unveil of the E's 7 annual report. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, and to unveil, I respectfully request Shri M. Nagaraju, IAS Secretary, Department of Financial Services, Ministry of Finance, along with our other dignitaries to join us for the unveil. May I also invite Shri Ashish Madhavrao More to join us as well, and Shri Rohan Chand Thakur to join us. May I also please invite Shri S.K. Thapar, Senior Advisor at Ease, and our knowledge partner team to join us as well. And it's going to be my cue and your applauses. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, 3, 2, 1. Come on, with your applauses, it's time for a pivotal moment indeed. The unveil and the release of the E7 annual report. Come on, a louder round of applause, everyone. I must say indeed, this marks yet another milestone in our collective journey towards a smarter and more efficient banking ecosystem. Thank you to each one of you. Requesting our dignitaries to take a seat back on the stage. A fantastic moment indeed. And with that, now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to invite on stage Shri Rohan Chand Thakur, IAS Director, Department of Financial Services, Ministry of India, to join us and present an overview and a deeper understanding of Ease Pillar 2.
Respected M. Nagaraju Sir, Secretary DFS, Shri C.S. Setty, Chairman, Indian Banks Association and State Bank of India, Shri Atul Goyal Ji, Chief Executive, Indian Banks Association, Shri Ashwini Kumar Tiwari Ji, Chairman, E-Steering Committee and MD, SBI, Shri Ashish More, Joint Secretary DFS, MDs, CEOs and Executive Directors from public sector banks, other officials from DFS, public sector banks and the banking fraternity at large, Team IBA, and of course its knowledge partner, McKinsey & Company. Over the next, good afternoon to all of you. over the next 5 minutes, we're just going to lay out the journey which Pillar 2 of EASE program has had till now, and then what are our expectations from it going forward. So to set the ball rolling, we just want to remind everyone that this was a program which was, Pillar 2 was a program which was introduced in the year 2022. And how it was different from the Pillar 1 was that Pillar 1 was a common reform agenda in which we've had some really great results, and we have been talking about that. Pillar 2 was a bank-specific strategic roadmap in which for each bank came up with its own strategic roadmap based on its own requirements and its own vision. And of course, Pillar 2 was meant to be a stepping stone in some ways to Pillar 3, where you have collaborative PSB-wide initiatives. Pillar 1, we know, we've already been told, had 4 themes to it: risk, resilience, innovation, and socio-economic impact, and of course, excellence. Pillar 2 was, in Pillar 2, we are right now at the stage of finalization of roadmap initiatives for the 12 PSBs. And in Pillar 3, as we stand now, we are working on the digital portal for consortium lending, as well as the common collections utility. Now, where Pillar 2 is distinctly different from Pillar 1 is this entire concept of differentiated convergence, where you recognize the heterogeneity between the PSBs in terms of their customer base, digital maturity, what are the segments they are focusing on, and their foundational strengths. And then, of course, the other thing is how do we encourage innovation and ownership within the broad EASE principles, but also allow space for banks to do it subject and in a tailor-made fashion for themselves. And going forward, also the idea was to enable future readiness in key themes, capabilities, and business model changes. From here, the journey we've had since 2022, this is Pillar 2 4.0. We've had close to 200 initiatives taken across 12 public sector banks in the last 3 years. Some of them have been completed. Some of them are still being implemented. So overall, we can say out of 200, 44% have been successfully completed. And broadly speaking, there are 2 types of programs or 2 types of initiatives which have been taken. One are catch-up initiatives. As we all recognize, some banks are ahead on a certain, in a certain aspect of their work, and other banks have to do a catch-up on that. So there are certain catch-up initiatives. This was specifically true in the case of digital onboarding, CRM rollouts, digitization, tech modernization, etc. And then, of course, there are certain futuristic initiatives, which are in the nature of data analytics, geospatial intelligence for business expansion, the use of AI, machine learning, ecosystem platforms, and of course, something which we'll see later in the day is employee well-being initiatives, which I think is also very important for any organization. So today, we will have a special, we're really thankful to IBA. You're making use of this opportunity by giving the banks a chance to present some of the unique initiatives. As we've already said, there have been 89 initiatives which have been completed. Now the thing is, today each bank, I don't want to go into the details of it, that you'll see very shortly, each bank will be making its own initiatives, and we would really request all of you from other banks to see whether there are chances of adoption and collaboration on these across banks. What is the concept, what is our expectation, or we would hope there to be peer learning. Why reinvent the wheel every time? If some banks already done some particular kind of portal, why should other banks reinvent the wheel, spend money, spend time, and spend resources on it? So also lose time also in the process. So accelerated adoption, and of course cost synergies. I'd just like to wind up, by giving the way forward. So we want to identify replicable strategic initiatives, which can be then later on pushed from Pillar 2 to Pillar 3. And then, of course, the other thing is, how do we do it? Could we make case studies, use cases, use each other's policies and SOPs, have a shared learning platform for the same? And request to Goyal Saab and his team is the role of IBA is pivotal. We could facilitate by having cross-bank working groups on the same, create a repository of successfully pioneering initiatives, basically have everything, document everything, and then create a system, if possible, of mentorship among the PSBs. This brings me to the end of the presentation, so thank you so much.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, can we have a louder round of applause, Shri Rohan Chand Thakur, one more time? Thank you so much, sir, for sharing with us your comprehensive insights into the critical components of Pillar 2 that really enables bank-specific vision in the common reforms framework, and not just that, but also sharing with us how Pillar 2 has seen some encouraging momentum. So thank you one more time. देवी और सज्जनों, कौन कहता है कि कामयाबी किस्मत तय करती है? इरादों में अगर दम हो तो मंजिलें भी झुका करती है. इन्हीं हौसलों को लेकर we now move forward to a very key segment of the event where we will witness the showcase of unique initiatives under EASE Pillar 2. But before we do that, like I said, we will have next up 12 PSBs who will be showcasing their EASE Pillar 2 bank-specific initiatives on the stage. So before I invite them one by one on stage, I respectfully request our esteemed dignitaries on stage to kindly join us back in the audience before I invite our PSBs for their presentation. All right, so with that, ladies and gentlemen, we switch gears to a very important segment. Like I said, it's time we move forward where we will witness the showcase of unique initiatives under EASE Pillar 2. And we will be having a 12 PSBs who would be joining us for the same. Each of our representative on stage will be having 7 to 8 minutes for their presentation. So I would urge you all to please stick to your timeline so we do not delay on the agenda. So with that, to begin with, first up, from Punjab and Sindh Bank, I invite Shri Rajiva, Executive Director, to take the stage and showcase their initiative under EASE Pillar 2. Come on, let's put our hands together as he steps forward.
So from here I can control. How do I transition the slides? This also. Respected Nagaraju sir, Secretary DFS, Shetty sir, Chairman IBA, Atul Goyal sir, Chief Executive IBA, senior officers from DFS, MDs, EDs, other senior bankers. Now it is said that data is perhaps going to be the next gold. It is so much valuable that all the machine learning, artificial intelligence, everything is revolving around the data. Now, even during the assessment of Reserve Bank of India, other regulators, the data integrity is often questioned. And in fact, all of us have received a communication dated 30th of June in which the RBI has individually communicated to the banks what is called supervisory DQI, whereby they have mentioned the scores out of 100, the public sector banks, the private sector banks, and different banks individually, which gives an insight into the fact that even on an average, the public sector banks have been at 88.80, and the expected level is more than 90%. So as part of Pillar 2 initiative in Punjab and Sindh Bank, we thought to concentrate on what is called data quality index and improve the data integrity report. As I said, the quality of data is very, very important because a number of strategic decisions, long-term, medium-term, as well as short-term, is taken on the basis of the quality of data. And unless full integrity on data is maintained, the chances of decision not being correct is quite heavy. Now, what we intend doing, and part of it has already started in our bank, is to create a data quality index. As of now, what we do that we pick up data in silos, try to correct them.
without understanding as to what is the overall data quality of, say, a business unit or bank at large. So we have defined certain rules, we have defined scoring mechanism, we have created a model whereby on real-time basis, even at the bank level, one can understand what is the index score, whether it is good, acceptable level, or certain drastic measures needs to be taken to improve the data. Our team has identified 58 rules which will determine the quality of data, and they are subdivided into 6 what is called rule descriptions. They are logical, cross-sectional, rules derived from identifiers, account customer level rules. So these are the basic subdivisions in which 58 rules have been divided. Now, logical rules, we know that primarily the data system has customer information, they have product information, and of course, there are accounting heads. So if the customer, suppose he's an MSME customer, it is mandatory that he should have Udyam registration. Similarly, there are different codes around PSL classification, which should be correct, which should be consistent. So this is where the logical rules, they come into play. Second set of rules are cross-sectional rules. That means there should be consistency across various data tables as far as the information or data codes are concerned. They have to be same, and there should not be internal inconsistencies. Account level, of course, there are a number of information which has to be fed into the account system correctly, consistently, so that the output is correct. The customer master rules have to be robust regarding age, validation of date of birth, PAN. So all these things have to be correctly fed. And there are checks which can really detect whether the PAN number, the Aadhaar number, they are correctly fed into the system or not. Now, based on these rules, as I said, we have 58 parameters in which we will be segregating the data that is we derive from various sources. That is Finacle, primarily Finacle. And of course, there are other modules running into the banks like LOS, Treasury. From there, the data will be extracted, and it will be loaded into what is called, maybe all the banks have their own data lake or data mart, and the AI will process as per the data rules already set. And the unique output will be real-time basis. It will be a dashboard. At the bank level, the bank can understand what is the overall DQI score. Now, we can mark it as in the RAG status, red, green, amber. If it is around 98, 99%, we can consider it to be satisfactory. If it is around 90 or below 90%, it can be into red. Now, the beauty of this model is that apart from bank level, even at the zone level, branch level, the branches can understand the quality of data that they have, and on real-time basis, whatever corrections they do, it gets reflected into the dashboard, and they can see the improvement. Normally, we tend to compare the data quality maybe quarterly basis, half-yearly basis, and that does not bring about the desired result. So this is an effort to ensure that we have a real-time access to the quality of data we have, and we make necessary correction and ensure that normally when we speak of data quality, we speak of something above 95% correct data. As I said, there are scoring model involved in this. So basically, the scoring model will be 1 minus count of errors divided by count of population. That is the mathematical formula that is involved. Other than that, of course, we can give the risk weights to different parameters according to the kind of value that the data point has in the entire system, and we can take out the overall risk index, the data quality index. So overall, the effort is to ensure that all the business units have real-time access to the number, the numeric value of the quality of data that is in their possession, and a consistent and regular effort is made to improve the data quality. Of course, as I said, the entire model is scalable. It is scalable at the branch level, zone level, it is scalable across the banks, and it can also be replicated. So just to conclude, as we understand, data quality has been a consistent source of concern at all the levels. And as at the beginning of presentation I said, even the latest supervisory report says that overall the PSBs, their supervisory data quality index is around 88.80%, which is below 90% expectations of the Reserve Bank of India. Thank you very much.
Well, let's give a warm round of applause one more time, everyone, for Sri Rajiva. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing with us that very pivotal presentation on what really are the key initiatives under Ease Pillar 2 by Punjab and Sindh Bank. And with that, we move forward to our next presentation, and that will be by UCO Bank. And may I please invite on stage Sri Ashwini Kumar, Managing Director and CEO, UCO Bank, and Mr. Arnab Barkakati, General Manager, to please join us and share that pivotal presentation with us. Come on, let's put our hands together as they step forward.
Thank you. Respected M. Nagaraju sir, Secretary DFS, Shri Shetty sir, Chairman IBA and State Bank of India, Shri Atul Kumar Goyal ji, Chief Executive IBA, Shri Ashwini Kumar Tiwari ji, Chairman Ease and MD SBI, Ashish Madhavrao Moreji, JS Banking, IAS, Mr. Thakur, Director DFS, MD and CEOs and EDs of public sector banks, ladies and gentlemen, very good afternoon to you. As part of Pillar 2, we took the initiative of Analytics Center of Excellence and Data Management. The real challenge was the availability, real-time availability of data. So the two themes we took, real-time and real-time insights, along with that machine learning and analytics for fraud detection and slippage control. So these were the two thoughts which we started working on that. So what was the real objective or the problem statement? We monitor business on T-1 basis. So if we have to take a decision right now, we have to rely on yesterday's business, not the business maybe half an hour ago. So that was the real challenge before us. Then how do we did that? So then we started a project. Now we have a business live data across the bank, even my branch level. Every 20 minutes they can see their level of business in all the parameters, maybe saving, current, deposits, advances. Within the advances, the section of MSME, agriculture. At zonal office level, they can see zone as a whole, and they can see the branches within the zone, how they are doing. At bank level, each vertical head can see his data at every 20 minutes, how it is getting updated. So with that, they can see that how the business is moving and what is the trend, which are the branches, or even to the extent they can look at which accounts the data has moved. Over 10 lakh rupees movement in any of the business figures is being monitored every 20 minutes by any vertical now. Then the second problem statement was absence of live tracking of probable NPAs and SMA. So again, if I have to see that today what is the SMA, I will see yesterday's figure and I need 10,000 rupees to bring that account out of SMA. But real time, By now, how much amount, if he has paid 3,000, branch will have to log in and check the account and then say ki 7,000 more is required. But with this, now dashboard is available. They can open the dashboard. Every 20 minutes, the data gets updated. So whatever is the leftover amount, that gets updated. So in the morning, if it was 10,000 rupees, now it is 7,000. So he'll get to know that yes, 7,000 more I have to recover today to make that account out of SMA or to upgrade the account from SMA to. So the live data every 20 minutes again gets updated here. Then third problem statement which we identified was there are no real-time surveillance of high value or frequent transaction delaying fraud detection. So we implemented this various rules, and within that rules now our MIS gives the data high value transaction, let's say in there, and then these transactions are categorized critical, high, medium and low, these account. And then based on that, if in any account at a particular point of time during the day, number of transactions has crossed a threshold, that account is immediately marked as suspect mule account and EDD is marked and ADC channels are blocked. So that has helped us to save many accounts from fraud amount saved. Then another problem statement which we identified for ourselves was that lack of availability into ideal cash. So many branches are holding cash. So my cash in the bank used to be around 1,500 crore once upon a time, around 2 years back. With 3,300 branches, 1,500 crore rupees cash, and that was again around 1.5% of my total CASA level. And that was very high. But there was no monitoring tool available within us. So we made now any branch, zonal office or head office can know cash at particular point of time, how much cash I am having at one point of time, which branch is exceeded the cash limit, how many days it is already exceeded. So that data is now available so that my security officers and currency chest management, now impact of this I will show in next slide, that now my cash holding level which was around 2 years back 1,500 crore is now 520 crore. So around 1,000 crore of cash we have reduced by closely monitoring the cash on a 20 minutes basis, live cash basis. See, this is, again, I'll just show the impact. Then when we see the business life which we have prepared, so now any zone, there is a negative or positive growth in any of the parameters. So red or green indicators are there, and when we reach to click that, we'll get to know which zone it is going red or which zone it is going green. And within the zone, which branch, and within the branch, which account more than 10 lakh movement has happened. So that data is now available to talk to the customers also. Again, target versus gap analysis is there on a real-time basis now. Like movement of NPA, with this new live data availability on every 15 minutes, 20 minutes, the improvement has, from 69% we have improved our efficiency to 87% correction is made on a live basis. Like suspected mule account on basis on the high value transaction data which we are capturing now, the success rate which we started was 49%, now 85% success rate we have reached. Similarly, the branches, more than 30% branches are holding cash in excess of 7 days earlier prior to implementation. Now 96% branches are holding cash within 7 days. And excess cash in last 1 year, prior to that it was 1,500 crore, we brought it down. Now we have brought it down, it's only 40 crore is in excess of the limit, otherwise it is within the limit only. So, and this all live dashboards are in-house developed, there is no third-party involvement is there. Real-time intelligence we are getting, credit monitoring, we are able to improve our collection efficiency and slippages are under control. More than 25 crore has been prevented through real-time in-house monitoring by going through that high-value transaction, and cash optimization, 1,000 crore we have already reduced from our 2 years before level. Scalability, it's a very light architecture and using internal data and tools with minimum system load, easily replicable across various channels. Modular design, it can be quickly customized. We are not dependent on any vendor. As per our requirement, we can do whatever customization we need to do. It is scalable across branches, already available. All live dashboards are available across branches, zones, and there is no integration effort. And now we will be further using this for with the help of AI, ML and additional KPIs also. With regard to machine learning and analytics, this was another which we did. So current systems are reactive to fraud, but we now potential mule account prediction we have started. We have started 2 models. One is the scoring based model. We have identified 11 rules. Based on that we do the scoring. And now this basis, though earlier we used to have around 80%, now we have reached to 88% scoring. Basis the scoring model, we are able to identify mule accounts. And predictive model basis the I4C accounts identified by I4C, we use the behavior pattern. Accounts identified by our bank, we use the behavior pattern. Predictive, using that we have identified 2069 potential mule accounts. This is the potential, and out of which already 555 accounts have already been confirmed by now that they have turned into mule account. So again, this is a predictive, this is a machine learning, and it will continue to learn. In maybe next 1 year, it will further mature in there. And similarly, in probability of default, we have now started probability of default. Basis analyzing the behavior of the accounts which have turned SMA and NPA, how they behaved in last 2 years data. Basis those models, we have now started taking data from our existing customers, which are the accounts which are likely to turn SMA. So that also we have started in this, and it will improve our collection efficiency and reduce the slippage in the times to come. So what is the uniqueness? It is all in-house, and we have used I4C and transaction customer behavior for machine learning. It is a customized threshold. We can customize reduced fraud related and delinquency losses, no licensing cost, third-party dependency is not there, auto alerts on potential mule accounts are there, focused collection and fraud control. Again, it is scalable and cover all types of customer profiles, lightweight in architecture. So these are the 2 things which we started. I'll just share with you the dashboard which looks like. So if it is today's dashboard, that how my business is moving, when I go to the green, I can go to the zone, and then within the zone I can go to the branch, and then branch we can go to the customer where the movement has happened. So like this our live dashboard looks like. And this is the monitoring of probable NPA accounts. This is the way each timestamp it behaves. Each timestamp it will give you the real-time data on a entire day, that at this point of time how that it is trending from the morning. And this is the way the credit transaction volume, that at this point of time how many accounts have got this the basis that rules that how many accounts have been created as a high or medium or low risk accounts, and then we can suspect mule and block those accounts. And this is how the each customer's propensity to mule account is calculated and checked on a real-time basis. This dashboard looks like this. And again, this is the cash live dashboard. See, I have 3,300 branches. My cash was 616 crore. My limit is 488 crore. 120 crore is excess. And how many branches it is in excess. And zone-wise, it is giving that in how many branches it is higher or lower. And when I go to that, we can know the which branch and how many days. So it will reach to that level. Again, sir, this is the probable mule accounts, which dashboard will look like this. So, thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Can we have a round of applause one more time? I must say that was some fantastic initiatives taken, and thank you for sharing with us those comprehensive insights and truly taking us through the initiatives of the challenges solved when it comes to lack of real-time analysis. With that, we move forward to our next segment, and joining us on stage to present their key initiatives undertaken under Pillar 2 will be from Bank of Maharashtra. So I'd like to invite Shri Needu Saxena, Managing Director and CEO, Bank of Maharashtra, to join us and present their initiatives taken under Ease Pillar 2. Come on, let's put our hands together, louder everyone.
Respected Secretary Sir, respected JS, other dignitaries from DFS, my senior colleagues, IBA Chairman, IBA Chief Executive, friends from the industry. So this is from Bank of Maharashtra. In fact, it is not one. We tried to showcase 3, but lady has given a time of 7 to 8. So we will take only one. I don't want to hear that bell, at least not the second time. So I am just briefly mention the 3 things that we had actually looked at. One is co-lending, and we use some technology in-house developed around taking the requirements of what co-lending will be requiring, how the business will be conducted in the bank, and how it will be conducted in a manner compliant with the RBI expectations. So we achieved that through that initiative. We had some scalability. I'll explain that particular issue also. Artificial intelligence in collections was the second. Third was monetization of non-core assets. So banks were having a lot of unused, unutilized land banks or properties unutilized, and how we could monetize these non-core assets. But I'm going to talk about only the first one, because that's what the time is, tech-managed co-lending. So I will briefly take you to the genesis of this co-lending. 2018 ILFS debacle happened, and the entire financial system was shaken up. And we all are aware that how that particular incident event led to a lot of issues, and even the sector started a difficult era, in the sense the funding from banks was not happening the way it used to happen, and the entire sector was feeling a big pain. So I think with the government and the RBI intervention in 2018, the concept of co-origination of loans, wherein NBFC gets some level of funding from the banks, came up. Very quickly, 2018, the co-origination actually did not pick up because of some intrinsic issues, but regulator was fast to move, and they shelved the co-origination and came up with the co-lending. So co-lending is NBFC and the banks join together, take the risk and reward, and do the business. And that's how regulator and the government thought. The issue which has emerged out of the ILFS debacle to some extent is going to get addressed. So it was specifically 5th number 2020, the co-lending guidelines were there. Co-origination versus co-lending, there was an intrinsic difference that co-origination required that both the NBFC and the bank underwrite the loan together. But that actually on the ground was not happening. NBFC would source the loan, NBFC would sanction and wait indefinitely at times to look at what the due diligence process from the bank is happening, not happening, and the model did not actually pick up at all. So they came up with the idea co-lending, that the NBFC could source, NBFC could disburse, and then that particular individual loan could go back to the bank, and bank could take a share, bank up to 80%, NBFC would have skin in the game up to 20%. So that was the guideline broadly. Regulator also required 2 things in this. Regulator required that the KYC cannot be outsourced. There must be 100% KYC done by the bank. And then the second thing was due diligence for loans. So the regulator knew that the ticket size the NBFCs are having is very low. So there'll be large, huge numbers to deal with. So they said that you can go to your individual boards and have a board-approved due diligence policy. If you're not able to cover 100% loans, that was the message, underlying message from the RBI. You could have your board approved due diligence policy, but KYC in 100% cases is mandatorily required. You can, looking at the risk appetite, decide how you will do the due diligence. So then the concept of minimum holding period also was relaxed in the co-lending. So the problem statement, the hurdles in co-lending, there was a large volume of information that has to be processed. NBFC average ticket size is going to be very low. And if you are going to deal with large number of cases, and decisioning has to be fast. There is another issue. We are doing pool buyout transactions where there is a lag in accounting. There is a issue that we all bankers are aware that NPA, because the IRAC recognition norms, IRAC norms are not getting implemented properly. So that was one issue which had to be addressed in co-lending. Fulfilling the regulator norms. Regulator says KYC cannot be outsourced. Due diligence in loan cases already spoke about, and the NPA recognition. So if the account has become NPA with the NBFC, it is still continuing as a performing in the lender's book is not something which is acceptable to the regulator. And there was a huge reconciliation challenge. So these were the hurdles that we were encountering in the co-lending as well. And there were some fintechs around with some solutions. We had tried, all banks had tried talking to fintechs if they can provide that tech platform that will integrate and take care of all these issues and make the business model compliant as per the regulator expectations. But we all know that couple of fintechs which were there, they had hosted the platform on a public portal, public cloud and not on the private cloud. And that was a big, big issue, that knowing that couple of fintechs are there who can provide the solutions, but we were not comfortable to put our sensitive customer information, transaction data on a public cloud. So that's how, with that backdrop, that kind of challenge, what was done, a resolution was done wherein a middleware was created, and looking at individually what the requirements of the regulator is in every point. That was developed in that model. The business team and the tech team both sat down, and the business kept on explaining along with the NBFC way of sourcing loans, way of collecting on loans. They expressed the requirement to the digital IT team, and they developed this system. The rule-based lending was there. I will give a very quick example on gold loans, and that will actually, with an example, help you understand what was actually happening in this particular initiative of tech-managed co-lending. So there is a gold loan which NBFC would be underwriting daily. The entire portfolio is shared by the NBFC at the end of the day to the banks. The bank will do one thing. First is the KYC cannot be outsourced. So our master agreement binds the NBFC to share only those loans where the CKYC ID is created. Once the CKYC ID is shared, we can do a quick verification digitally on the CKYC ID, and with the CKYC ID, RBI guidelines on KYC compliance is fully satisfied. The next is the due diligence. So there are two things which are important. One is the LTV check. So RBI requires that at all point of times, the LTV should not breach 75, should not be more than 75. So there is a simple algorithm that entire gold that is coming, what is the net weight in that? What is the gold price in that? And basis that algorithm is doing the LTV check, and if 40,000, 50,000 accounts are shared, then LTV check is run, and system is excluding those accounts where there's a LTV breach. Then comes the purity check, and here the board approved policy allows us to go on a sample basis. We can't do 100% cases, so on a sample basis, random basis, bank selects, and there's a NBFC auditor who helps do the LTV check. So with this, the transaction and the requirements of the regulator is complete in every respect, and the system takes care of sanctioning of those loans. With one single click of button, the entire 40,000 loans are processed, sanctioned, and individual accounts are opened in the core banking, and the disbursement also happens, and then there is an escrow mechanism which is managing the collections and payments. So every individual accounts have opened in our system, which is compliant with the RBI expectations. With NBFC collecting money on a particular day, the escrow collection mechanism takes care of validating and crediting the money in the loan account. So what we achieved, we were able to reach new geographies. The last mile reach of NBFCs was available to the bank. We were able to diversify risk. We are also doing gold loans individually, but when we do it with the NBFC as a partner, we are able to reach out to new geographies, new customers. We are diversifying the risk. We have operational savings because here we are not keeping the safe custody of the pledged ornaments. That continues to be front-ended by the NBFC, the storage cost, the insurance cost, everything is borne as per the master agreement with the NBFC. We get a better pricing, and of course, we are using technology which is making the entire process very cost-effective, and anything and everything that we do in this we have to be focused as to what the outcome is. So scalability and outcome is what this slide tells us. We started the year March 24 with 204. We are at June 3,707. So that's how one small initiative which is replicable and scalable is what from the Bank of Maharashtra team. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, can we have one more round of applause for Shri Nidhu Saxena? I must say some fantastic initiatives taken. Tech-managed co-lending, AI in collection and monetization of non-core assets. So thank you one more time for sharing those initiatives with us. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we now move forward to our next presenter who would be joining us from Indian Overseas Bank. And joining us to share their key initiatives, please put your hands together for Shri Joydeep Datta Roy, Executive Director, Indian Overseas Bank. Come on, let's put our hands together. A warm welcome.
Respected Secretary DFS, Shri Nagaraju sir, Chairman IBA and Chairman State Bank of India, Shetty sir, Shri Atul Goyal, Chief Executive IBA, Shri Ashwini Tiwari ji, Chairman Ease Steering Committee and MD SBI, Shri Ashish Madhura Moreji, JS DFS, Shri Rohanchand Thakur ji, Director DFS, all other dignitaries present, good afternoon. The topic that we have chosen, the initiative that we have chosen from Indian Overseas Bank is fundamental but yet very, very foundational. And this is about the talent enrichment program on emerging technologies. So while we have been doing a lot of initiatives on digital as part of the EASE agenda, primarily all these digital initiatives require the human effort, requires the human skills, the talent, and therefore the talent enrichment in emerging technologies, in digital, in a lot of the new age skills, etc., are important, especially for our technical folks as well as for people who are in the non-technical stream also. And that's why we have used the word building the culture of digital. So going forward, let me start with that famous quote of Peter Drucker. Peter Drucker said, culture eats strategy for breakfast. So in this world of today where we are moving into digital, a lot of things now are enabled by digital. So in this era, I think it's important that to realize that it's not just strategy, but a lot of the strategies is driven by technology. So it could be, maybe we can extend this saying to even saying that culture can also eat into technology for breakfast. So I think that's the age we are in. So I think we need to look at both the technology side, the digital adoption, the digital initiatives, the rolling out of all that, plus at the same time, the talent side. And without that, the strategy is incomplete. So with that, I think our digital strategy was focused largely on both these pillars. So while there is the Digital Center of Excellence that we have set up and a lot of digital initiatives which most of the banks are running, we are also running, and there is a little bit of catch-up also. So all that put together, it's all part of the Digital Center of Excellence that we have set up. But at the same time, apart from the Digital Center of Excellence, we have also been running a parallel track, and that parallel track is about the talent enrichment. So both these parallel tracks, we'll be speaking a little about it. So one is the HR talent adoption and also the skill upgradation part. Starts with not just enhancing the skills, but also adaptability to the new technologies. So how do we make people more comfortable with the new technologies, the new age skills, etc. So that is the first objective, openness to the new technologies, the enhanced skill set. Ideation and innovation is again something that we have been working on. How do we improve in terms of the ideation processes and also the innovation from the general staff and the employees. So that again is something that we want to bake in as part of the overall culture building, and at the same time continuous learning. Technology is one field where there is continuous evolvement. Every 6 months we find new technologies coming and new things developing on the radar. So I think we need to continuously evolve and continuously learn. And if that is not built in into the way we work, I think we will lose something. And of course, the overall objective is operational efficiencies and customer experience. So in terms of building that culture, I think we have been working, as I said, on two parallel tracks. One, the digital enablement part. So the digital, we have two major projects running in the bank. One is the digital project, which is being run through the Digital Center of Excellence, a DCOE we have set up. And under that, there's a project eSankalp, and that project eSankalp, there's a multiple set of projects which are being run under that, which some of is also part of the ease agenda, whether it is tab banking, the LOS systems, collection, recovery platforms, integrated payment hub, next-gen mobile internet platforms. All of this again, but at the same time, there are some strategic shifts that we are also trying to put in place as part of the digital strategy. One is a key shift that we are trying to do is moving into the Red Hat OpenShift container platform implementation. Again, that's something that is, I think, will make us future ready, where we are trying to shift a lot of the applications into being cloud native applications with hosting capabilities on premise, but with the capability to lift and shift at a point in time whenever we achieve that level of cloud maturity. API management platform through Enterprise Service Bus. That's again a platform that enables our corporate customers to link up directly with the bank for seamless transactions. A robotic process automation tool where various use cases again are being tested and tried upon. So those are some of those things which help us move a little away from the traditional initiatives, not just look at what are the major digital journeys, etc., that we do, but also look at the future and how do we bake in the future element into our digital strategy. But along with that, the training part, as I was talking about, we are also undertaking a Project Laksh, which again is a comprehensive digital HR transformation, which envisages not just various aspects of HR, but along with the HR processes, etc., the technology skills upgradation element is a very, very important part. The reimagining of training is a very important part of the entire HR transformation program. Again, here the entire skill assessment of all the employees, of all the officers is being carried out, job family creation, and linking both the sets, the results from the job family exercise as well as the skill assessment exercise to create personalized learning recommendations for employees. So each employee, we have a recommended learning profile, and that gets baked into a nomination tool. So our nomination process also is automated so that which training, which staff requires comes out from the system, and then that gets into a sort of a process. So the entire training revamp, it's reimagining the training with digitization, right nominations, and also the nomination tool. So that reimagining training helps us put this entire issue of building the digital savvy culture into place. Now coming to how does it, there's another key aspect that I talked about in the beginning, which is the innovation and ideation part. And innovation and ideation part, again, is a key element of our overall strategy. And in that, what we are trying to do is created a platform where any employee can, without getting through the organizational structures or hierarchies, directly get into a cell where they can share those ideas, and through those ideas, those can be acted upon, and it can reach even the top management directly. So we have created a cell called the E26, and that E26 is where a small team sits, but anyone in the bank, we have allowed them to come directly in touch with that E26 cell, and where they can share their ideas, and that can be taken forward and acted upon. Coming now to the point of talent enrichment, which is the main focus area of this initiative. So this is a sort of a comprehensive, multifaceted training model. Again, we are looking at vertically tiered as well as horizontally differentiated approach to upskilling. So we start from the top, which is the board level. We have been holding board level workshops on emerging technologies, whether it is AI, ML, cybersecurity, Gen AI, cloud, etc., to top management workshops, to regional manager level workshops, and then to the functional level, operational level. Cascaded down on all the emerging technologies. And in this, again, in the operational level, we have the IT job family, and there are specific trainings, programs for the IT job family people, and there are the non-IT job family. So for the non-IT job family, it's more about appreciation, mindset, and also the upgradation in terms of usage of various digital tools. So, so it's a vertical approach, plus at the same time, a mass approach. At the same time, we are also looking at going beyond brick and mortar. It's not just when we are talking of training, we are talking of workshops, it's not just brick and mortar. We are trying to go beyond brick and mortar training into e-learning, into tie-up with various ed tech platforms, whether it's Coursera, whether it's Pluralsight. There are these service providers which now have various courses. We need not get into reinventing the wheel. There are standard, very nice curated courses which people can go into and understand and learn all these emerging skills, whether it is data courses on data engineering, courses on business analysts, courses for project managers, full stack developers, UI, UX designers. A range of courses are already available. And all these courses actually are people, we can offer the learning opportunities to people, and those courses are being made available now. So we have had those tie-ups, and through that we have made those courses accessible to our IT people who can actually use those courses for upgrading themselves, and that they can do beyond office hours at their free time. Pluralsight tie-up, again, that's a sandbox environment where hands-on experience on new technologies are given. So that service provider provides that sandbox environment where people can actually get into that sandbox environment and learn the actual skills in that environment and test out, say, coding or anything else. So that again is something which is particularly very beneficial for our technology people. And these courses these courses are now made available to IT people. Apart from that, all officers across the bank have been put through and have undergone digital workshops which are more appreciative in nature. Plus, at the same time, not only covers mindset on digital, but at the same time, the usage of tools. So one or two tools which are being implemented in the bank, whether it's CRM or any other tool. So those things, the appreciation on those tools are being spelled out in those workshops, and that again is something which helps the overall digital culture. So this is a multifaceted training delivery model. We have tried to cover every staff, every layer from top to the bottom without exception, and that helps put in place a digital culture. So if we leave out one layer, then there can be gaps. It has to be vertically tired, plus at the same time horizontally across the entire mass. So that is the effort that we have been putting in. And the benefits again on the targeted digital culture adoption drive that we have been putting in place. Now we have got some in-house analytic models developed. We have got risk management, optimized ALM and stress testing models developed. We have got an in-house developed portal for detecting mule accounts, which again ties in various systems, whether it's FRMS, whether it's AML system, the core banking data, all put together, and again it increases the chances of detection of mule accounts. Again, it's being refined further, and as we speak, we would probably want this detection percentage to go up even further. So a lot of, again, refinement getting worked on. There's a cognitive AI-powered employee chatbot which has got developed, again, largely because of in-house efforts, which is currently in COG, and again, getting further fine-tuned with the feedback that we are receiving in the COG. Cloud readiness, as I was talking about, the container lift and shift approach being adopted. So again, those are things that help us get to a future-ready perspective, but at the same time, with all these compliance aspects on the new digital, that is again something that is being looked into, whether it's the compliance app that has been put in place, which looks at various aspects of compliance. At the same time, for the first 6 months, every new product, every new process that is being put in place goes through a 6 months compliance monitoring compulsorily. And that 6 months compulsory monitoring helps see that whether all the terms and conditions compliances of the new digital products are being met, the terms and conditions are satisfied, and the product, etc., is getting stabilized. Scalability, of course, it's a persona-based multi-tier self-training format. Again, scalable across more and more segments, more and more people. It's designed for plug-and-play adoption, agile structures for quicker adoption. So the digital COE and the Lakshya, again, are agile. The DCOE is a cross-functional team, not just technocrats, but IT specialists, but business people all put together so that the business involvement and the business aspects are also being taken care of. And at the same time, feedback loops have been created so that this can undergo revision and refinement continuously. So, so these are some of the aspects. So I would just maybe, to conclude, maybe have some suggestions for on how this can be further scaled up. At the industry level, I think DCOE is something almost all banks have put in place. So whether it's our bank or whether any other bank, everyone has DCOE, and under which a lot of initiatives are being addressed and implemented. But at the same time, I think DCOE initiatives are something that that gives us a sort of a advantage in terms of rolling out various technology initiatives. But at the same time, technology is not the differentiator. Human talent is a differentiator. So while we are working on human talent, and every bank is working on that, I think technology is something which can be shared. So DCOE experience, I think if we can have a collaborative platform which helps all the DCOEs to come on a common platform, maybe with the help of IBA, and those use cases, those practices, the success stories can be shared. That could again be very helpful for replicating those successes in all the banks. Because even if you don't have those collaboration, technology is something which will get replicated and which will get picked up in due course. So that is again something which I thought maybe as a suggestion I will just put through. But as I said, human talent is the main differentiator. So let's take this human talent forward and this talent enrichment forward, without which the true success cannot happen. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have one more round of applause for Shri Joydeep Datta Roy for that very fantastic initiative when it comes to enrichment program on emerging technologies. Like Sir mentioned, fundamental but truly, truly foundational. Of course, building a path towards digital savvy culture. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, it's time we move forward to our next presentation, and that will be by Central Bank of India. And joining us on stage, please put your hands together. Let's welcome Shri Mahendra Dohare, Executive Director, Central Bank of India. And also joining us is Ms. Poppy Sharma, Chief General Manager, HR. Come on, let's put our hands together, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. Respected Shri M. Nagaraju sir, Secretary DFS, Shri Ashish Madharao Moreji, JS, DFS, Shri Rohan Chand Thakurji, Director DFS, Shri CS Shetty, Chairman SBI and IBA Chairman, Shri Ashwini Kumar Tiwari ji, MD SBI and Chairman Ease Steering Committee, Shri Atul Kumar Goyal ji, Chief Executive IBA, Managing Directors, Executive Director colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. It's a privilege to present our unique program or project which we call Cent Chetna. Chetna, we all know, it's self-awareness. This is a unique program launched by Central Bank of India, none other than by our MD, Shri M.V. Rao ji, on 1st April 2024. And this shows our commitment to employee well-being. This Chetna has been designed to promote mental health, emotional resilience, and work-life balance for our employees. This initiative addresses key issues in the areas such as workplace anxiety, mitigating burnout, and fostering an environment that encourages personal and professional growth of the employees. The progress and measurable impact of this Cent Chetna program is reported even to our board, which reflects our commitment to the welfare of the workforce. We all understand that customer connect is paramount, but customer connect becomes easy when employee connect is given importance. This employee assessment program is extended through a digital app which we name as One-to-One Help. Basically, this program offers lot of services such as stress management, emotional well-being, professional management, relationship, diet and nutrition, and many more. This facility is available 24/7 to the employees. Anytime they can call to the counselor, and this is offered in 13 regional languages, including Hindi and English, so that employees feel highly comfortable in interacting with the counselors to resolve their issues. Through this program, in the last 2 years, in the last financial year and this current year, we could save 8 lives of the employees who were having suicidal tendencies. The data of the employees is kept highly confidential. It is not shared with the bank, only in the exceptional cases. Now I request my CGM, Ms. Poppy Sharma, to share some of the details on this project. This initiative was initiated by her, and this is very close to her heart. Madam, you can initiate.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I'll start with the genesis. I'll start with the genesis of this program. I mean, being the HR head of the bank, I strongly believe that behind every numbers, matrix and milestones, there is a very strong and dedicated workforce that goes behind all this. And we as HR professionals and as organizations, it's our paramount duty to take care of this particular segment. So over a period of time, we have realized that passing generations, I mean, the issue of mental health has become a very big issue in these organizations, in the society as a whole, but it is not getting the due recognition that it is required to be had. Pre-COVID, there is a research that says that before COVID, the median age of people going for mental health counseling was 27 years, and post-COVID, it has come down to 17 years. So this shows us that when we are onboarding younger people in the organizations, we have to be very thoughtful and empathetic towards this particular need of the segment. So when we how we thought of bringing in mental health initiatives in the bank was like we understood that there were a lot of issues that were being flagged off to us. Then we had certain cases of self-harm that were reported to us, and then we sat down and thought what we should do about this issue. So then we started going into the market and understanding what kind of services were being offered. So then we zeroed in on a vendor, and then we thought that we will have it in two segments. One segment is like when as management we initiate the conversation, and the second segment where the employee himself or herself realizes that they have an issue, then they go to the platform. Now initiating it from the management side was a concern who is to be addressed. So then we realized for us the primary target was the employees who were going through the DAD process. We understand that DAD process in the banks is a very painful process. People lose out on their career opportunities, and it causes a lot of distress among the employees, and that reduces the productivity. So we started contacting this segment of people, and surprisingly many people themselves, they came forward and they wanted these interventions, and this actually helped them. And another important data point that came to us was who are the people who are actually, after going through the process in 1 year, we realized that the 62% of the people who attended these counseling sessions were in the age bracket of 30 and 39. So this is one matrix that helps us in addressing the issues and concerns of these people. Second was in the gender division, 63% of the people who went for the counseling were males. And then another important parameter, So I mean, like taking on this mental health initiative was a part of the actually an entire well-being capsule that we originated. We started with this yoga program. We tied up with an organization called Habit, which is gaining a lot of popularity in the market. Then we linked it with the health checkup of people, and health checkup, I mean, we targeted individuals, and last year we managed to get more than 70% of our employees to get the checkups done. And then we also have a thing called Practo, where we have tied up with a platform where we provide medical facilities, specialized medical facilities to everybody 24/7, employees as well as our retired employees also. And this facility is very helpful, and we have got very good feedback where people have come forward and told us that in remote areas where medical facilities are not available, they were able to get this. And as a part of this entire capsule, we have these mental health initiatives. So now why do we need this mental health initiatives? Some of the concerns are given on the screen today. Research has also said that the productivity of the employees increases manifold when a study was done by Harvard, and where Fortune 100 companies were studied, and through this study it is found that the productivity of the companies increased manifold when mental health concerns were addressed. I'll quickly go to some of the data where Okay. Leave it. So I'll just give you some of the numbers to just point out how successful it has been in the bank. So we have, when we started the initiative, 44% of our employees registered for this program. Out of this 44%, 1,520 people actually got the counseling services. Overall engagement has been 57% among the employees. This shows that there is how the people are actually, they need this particular facility. Our AD sir has already spoken about one serious concern, that during this entire process about 8 lives we could save because they were critical suicidal risks that came to the bank. And then the last point that I will touch upon was around 75 people reported that these people were homicidal in nature. So this is again a very big red flag for us, the kind of mental status our people are going through, and these need to be seriously addressed. So this is all from my side. I would like to have any queries or questions. I'll be open if anybody wants to share, to see how deeply we have gone through this. Okay. Thank you very much.
Come on, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a bigger round of applause one more time. Thank you to our presenters for sharing with us those very important and key initiatives sent Chetna. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, in the interest of time, I just have a quick important update for you all, that in the interest of time, we will be now taking only 2 more presentations as we're running a little tight on the agenda. So our next initiative will be from Canara Bank, and our for the next presentation, joining us on stage, please put your hands together for Shri K. Satyanarayan Raju, Managing Director and CEO, Canara Bank, and joining us will also be Mr. Chakravarti P., General Manager.
Respected Secretary, sir, and the officers from the DFS, and IBA Chairman, IBA CEO, sir, and the other, my banking fraternity from the industry, and officials from the IBA. Actually, I want to take only 3 to 4 minutes. We will not take one. We have taken several initiatives in the light of ease. These are all the initiatives, but I want to touch one initiative, why we are so particular about that initiative is it is a business around. We believed in branch-generated business more. As on date, 85% of our business is generated from the branches only. So we always think innovatively how to strengthen that branch people so that they can do onboarding or any new clients without much difficulties. Earlier, it is a manual process. Now we made it a digital process. The objective is increasing the market share and acquiring a new to bank customers. How it works is, the measure is, it's a mobile app. We have created a mobile app, and it has been permitted to all the branch heads and the customer relationship managers, and recently appointed apprentices, 3,000 people what we have appointed. This mobile app has been given to all those people. In this, it works based on the latitude and longitude of the branch, and with that branch latitude and longitude from 0 to 20 kilometer radius, how many business units are there? Within that business units, how many kirana shops are there? How many saloons are there? How many? Every details can be looked into that. Since this app is integrated with the geo tagging as well as the Google Maps, even when you shortlist that whom you want to contact, automatically the route also will be driven by that mobile app itself. So you need not search for that, how to reach that customer to inquire or to canvass that customers. The key information is the firm company name will be there, contact details will be there, line of business will be there, credit score will be there, proprietor name, address and geolocation, turnover, and newly registered forms, whatever it is there, Ministry of Corporate Affairs, on real-time basis, it will be updated on that. And people can use these portals. And we expect that whatever the generation, I am sharing with you that we have more than actually 200 million 20 million new leads are there. These leads we have shared with all the 10,000 branches from based on the branches. This has been launched on the 1st April itself. Based on this, they can make out that suppose if they want to target within the first 1 kilometer, then they can extend it to the 2nd kilometer, they can extend it to the 3rd kilometer radius, and they can cover all the business units, whatever it is there. The business units can be a vehicle dealers, builders, exporters, or the electrical, electronics system, educational institutes, logistics, trading and manufacturing, supermarkets, hardware stores, jewel shops. Whatever you need specifically, you want to target it. You can target it, the list will come from whom, whether they are dealing with us or not, it will come to know that if they are not dealing with us, automatically you can choose somebody and you can send either your customer relationship manager or you can send your an apprentice, or manager himself can go based on the turnovers, because it will be reflected based on the turnovers also. Where the turnovers are small, he can use the services of customer relationship manager and the apprentice. Where the turnovers are high, it is better the branch head himself can go and try to convince them for the new business. And this is the data what we have curated is publicly available data only. Technology is geospatial analytics what we have used. It is a totally mobile app and leverage dedicated CROs and apprentice trainees. The concept is nothing but a feet on street model for effective mobilization. How it looks like that, this is actually the dashboard what we have given it to the branches as well as the regional office and circle office. If we select one branch, the branch level, the total business forms, how many are there, the population kitna hai, then within that, the turnovers also, it is 0 to 40 lakhs, how many people are there, that every detail will be given on this. And within that area, whether it is a 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer, 3 kilometer, how many banks are there, out of these banks, how many public sector banks are there, private sector banks are there, NBFCs are there, every detail will be given. And what is the other people's market share, what is our share. So why we are giving all these things is actually we are giving a market share as a percentage for their target achievement. Instead of only the some physical numbers, we are giving a much importance for the market share. The market share can be improved 5 basis points or 6 basis points or 10 basis points. That is actually the target for this. For giving that, we are giving them what is the actual current market share of that particular branch and what is their target. How to reach the target. To reach the target, we are giving the platform that what are the available leads. These leads are beyond whatever the walk-ins are there. So anyhow, each bank will have the walk-ins, but beyond the walk-ins, earlier they used to depend on different agencies or the different outsourcing models and all, but now they need not depend on any of the outsourcing, either the DSA or any of those things. These people themselves can approach the individual customers depending on their product and the requirement. And the scalability, we ourselves as in our bank already the 30,000 staff members have been downloaded. We are 9,800 branches have been connected with this. And cloud, we are using these things. 15,000 leads already our people have visited for conversion. And we already got more than 50 crore CASA in these by converting them into the current accounts, especially on that. So we are confident that this tool can be used for strengthening the field functionaries in enhancing their business targets. And based on this also, our target setting is there. Their KPIs also, marks have been allocated to this, how many they are approaching that. The approaching model is, instead of casually receiving that, if you yourself can approach by targeting some individual customer, the conversion propensity will be very high. That is the purpose. Actually, we have created this tool. This is the first of its kind. And definitely it will be useful for that. Thank you so much, sir. This is actually the purpose. And without giving the bell, we will conclude at that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. A fantastic initiative right there. Thank you for sharing your presentation. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we move forward to our last presentation under this very key initiative. And I now have joining us on stage from none other than State Bank of India. Please put your hands together for A.S. Paul, DMD, State Bank of India. Let's put our hands together.
Thank you. Respected Shri M. Nagarajuji, Secretary DFS, Shri C.S. Setti, Chairperson IBA and State Bank, Shri Atul Kumar Goel, Chief Executive IBA, Shri Ashwini Kumar Tiwari ji, Chairperson East Tierco and Managing Director, State Bank of India, Managing Directors of PSBs, EDs of PSBs, the banking fraternity sitting out here. Very good afternoon. So I'm proud to present this is just one of the initiatives that the bank took in the last 3-4 years out of the many. This particular initiative was towards the SME lending portfolio. So we called it Project Pratham and it was implemented in the year 2022. Why Project Pratham was necessitated? So we found out that our SME growth was almost stagnant for the last 4-5 years. If you see from March 17 to March 21, we hardly grew by more than somewhere around 1%. The NPAs were very high, the asset quality was very poor, and the TAT, one of the reasons was the TAT was very high, not because people were taking too much time and they were supposed to take less, but because the processes were such. The RM productivity was low. The relationship managers, the productivity, if we compare it with our peer level banks, which was lower than around 50 to 70%. And in an average, the relationship manager was spending 70 to 80% time in doing something which was not generating business. He was doing just maintenance work. So the whole role of the whole SME, the way we give credit to our SME clients, that was totally revamped. Processes were re-engineered, processes were reimagined, new digital products were inbuilt, digital processes were inbuilt so that to make the whole process very efficient. Some of the multiple challenges that we faced in ground before we brought in Project Pratham was there was a sharp decline in market share. There was a high attrition rate of all the customers. Many of our customers were being taken over by other banks, private as well as PSU. Turnaround time, which actual turnaround time used to be in the range of 30 to 40 days and maybe even stretching up to 60 days. Digital adoption was not there. The relationship manager used to compile everything manually, get all the data from various sources, compile everything into a proposal and then put up to the sanctioning committee. Non-business activities took a lot of time for the relationship managers and they were not very effective in handling the SME clients and that is one of the reasons of such low growth. There was lack of motivation in part of the relationship managers, which all resulted in very low business activity. So when Project Pratham was envisaged and it was implemented in somewhere in April 22, some of the key features of the Project Pratham which we did was we tiered the relationship managers. Senior relationship managers would be handling higher value accounts. The junior ones would be handling the lower value accounts. So the experience and knowledge would go in a large way in handling the higher value account. That is why the senior most were handling that. We also developed a Pratham app, which was available with all the relationship managers over a tap. Now, this was a one-of-a-kind app. It is still being used. So this app was not only used for creating the leads which went into our CRM system, but this app was also used for conducting the pre-sanction and the post-sanction surveys. So if I want to go to a customer's place, I took along my tab. The inspection was fed into the tab and it moved seamlessly across into our loan managing software, the software that we use for processing our loan applications. The visit was also geo-tagged so that for all, even for audit purpose, it will be known that actually that visit actually happened. The lead mechanism was built into that tab. So whenever I went for whenever my RM went for a lead, everything he could input into the tab itself and it would be securely transferred to our CRM system so that In future, I can always refer back to that lead, whatever we had done. There was lack of synergy between our various verticals. We have three verticals. We have the SME vertical, we have the CCG verticals, the mid-corporates, we have the large corporates verticals, the CAG vertical. There was lack of synergy between these three verticals, and this app enabled us to build all those synergies, and we got a lot of business, the 360-degree view of all the customer business that we could get. The SME Center, which 96 of them we have all over India, which manages the loans up to 50 lakhs. So these were revamped. The operating model was revamped. We introduced the system of RMSME being posted into these small loan center, CPCs, so that the leads generated by the branches itself can be processed in these CPC, SME centers. The collections and the early warning system. Early warning system was also introduced. It was there, but it was revamped. And all these centers, it was centralized, the collections were centralized to these centers. Many new products were introduced, just as I said, and one of the products which is in fact doing very well and is the digital journey, the BRE loans, the business rule engine loan. And even if as we speak, I think we have done more than 1,80,000 loans amounting to around 62,000 crores. So this is over a period of almost 1.5 years. So that has been a great success. But apart from that, we have also done many digital enablement. So all the digital information has been taken up from the system and automatically flows into our loan processing software. So earlier, each proposal, so 40 crore proposal used to be somewhere in the range of 150 to 200 pages. We have drastically reduced that to around 30 to 40 pages. So that not only saves time of the RMSME, because most of the things flow digitally to these proposals, which is also saves a lot of time of the sanctioning committee. They don't have to go through 150 pages and take a decision. The supply chain finance, in fact, the dealer finance and the vendor finance, we have a very robust platform which has been developed and now being used. And it is one-of-a-kind platform where the MIS can be customized by the dealer or the vendor front, or also the industry major front. The cluster finance is one initiative that we undertook in the year 2022. It has been very successful. As of now, we have got around 110 clusters, and last year we grew around 12,000 crores in cluster finance itself. So total from April 22 till date, we have done around 42,000 crores business. Digitization, as I said, end-to-end digitization, we have several products where even the document is being executed, e-stamping has been done digitally. There's no wet signatures taken from the customers, no documents, manual documents taken. CGTSME is another area that we grew in stride. I mean, in the later slides, I will show you how we did well. The last year, if I speak all eligible loans that we sanctioned last year, the percentage of CGTSME covered loans was 69%. It is a substantial jump from the earlier 10 and 12%. Why? Because we made the CG-PAN generation digital. It takes less than around 10 minutes to generate the CG-PAN. Document generation, document execution, this is all that we have done, and it is being implemented and used widely. So this is the business rule engine loan that we did, and sanction can be in 45 minutes flat, and the loan can be disbursed in 2 to 3 days. The actual time that we found out, the average time is somewhere around 6 days. Why? Because some of the loans require the collateral to be vetted and valuation done. But in the usual case, it can be disbursed within 2 days' time. The other is the STP journeys that we have undertaken, the pre-approved business loan and supply chain finance dealer and vendor that we have already said. So these are, the app has played a vital role in helping our RMSMEs to deliver credit, timely credit, and to all our clients. So as a result of Pratham app, you will see that in from March 18 to March 21, growth was somewhere around 1%. After taking all these initiatives under Pratham app, the growth has been fantastic. We have been growing not less than 18% each year. Last year we grew by around 17%. And this year again we hope to do very well, not less than 20%. So these are again some of the initiatives under Project Pratham. The pre-approved loan, unsecured loan, it has grown from 384 crores and as on date we have around 8,000 crores worth of business. Supply chain finance has grown from 29,000 crores to 68,000 crores, the largest in the country. Cluster finance, last year we could do 11.7 thousand crores. CGTSME, almost 51,000 crores is now under CGTSME cover. The digital loans, as I just said, 1,89,000 now, as on end of June, 62,000 crores. The usual credit dispensation has also gone up because of these initiatives. The TAT has reduced substantially. It is for the usual credit dispensation for higher value loan, it is somewhere around 15 to 20 days, much less than what we used to do earlier. Some of the risk mitigated products that we have is around this pre-approved business loans and the product redesign that we did in supply chain finance, EDFS and vendor finance. CGTSME automation has helped us a lot. The old process, we did not have any portal. There's no reconciliation issues now. The new process, everything is integrated with our loan management software. There's no manual entry. We have brought it down to less than 5 fields. CGPAN generation is automated. It is done 5 to 10 minutes time, maximum 30 minutes. Data validation is now on real-time basis. We have engaged with CGTSME and hopefully by this month end or maybe the next month end, the whole process, including NPA marking and claim lodgement and claim receipt, will be all automated. Cluster finance, just as I said, we have given a lot of importance to all the clusters and that has yielded good results. We have 110 clusters as on date. Thank you, that's all.
Thank you so much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, can we have one more time a bigger round of applause? Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your journey and key elements of SME transformation through Project Pratham. Thank you so much. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, before we get the stage set for our dignitaries to join us on stage and for the further proceedings, let me just take a cue from you all one more time. Is everybody with me? Okay, so I think I need some more energy. Come on, everyone. Is everybody with me? Can I get a heads up from everyone? A thumbs up from everyone? Come on. All right, so with that, ladies and gentlemen, before I invite our dignitaries on stage, we have a small video from our industry leaders for all of you through our video message. So can we have the video, please? All your eyes towards the screen, please.
Let's hear from the leaders who propelled their banks to new heights this past year.
The second edition of Ease has further aligned banking reforms with the national vision of Fixing Bharat 2047. As chairman of the Indian Banks Association, I commend all the public sector banks for their collective achievements under Ease 7.0 and urge them to maintain this momentum as we move forward with Ease Rise, the 8th edition for financial year 2025-26.
We as a bank deployed many digital initiatives such as Aditi, our Gen AI powered virtual relationship manager, Adi, our multilingual chatbot, and also Gyansaya, our intelligent employee assistant model.
Bank has significantly enhanced MSME offerings through technology-driven solutions such as fully digital journeys for PM Swanidhi, PM Vishwakarma, Mudra loans and DG MSME loans for existing as well as new customers.
Taking cue from Ease reform, our bank has successfully deployed advanced machine learning algorithms in ML Moon to detect potential money mule accounts with a remarkable accuracy of 95%, enabling timely intervention and fraud prevention.
Bank has set up next generation cybersecurity operations center and also implemented a 4-way disaster recovery setup that ensures uninterrupted service always.
At Bank of India, customer experience is central to these reforms. The bank is expanding its footprint in the UPI ecosystem, making digital banking faster, easier and more secure. These initiatives are making service delivery faster and more efficient.
We've also gone for the cloud adoption, which will serve bank well in the long run. And bank has also impact on the journey of the data governance policy and data quality index it has developed, which will further strengthen the data integrity of the bank.
We at Indian Overseas Bank have launched a comprehensive capability building program to upskill our workforce in emerging technologies such as AI, blockchain, data analytics and more.
Focusing on smarter collections, we have launched an AI-powered collections program that integrates advanced analytics into the core of our recovery process. This has led to enhancing the collection efficiency.
We at UCO Bank are truly aligned with his agenda as well as Government of India's vision of Viksit Bharat. Our bank's flagship initiative, UCO Nari Samriddhi, which provides enhanced credit support to individual members, self-help groups, aiming to strengthen agriculture portfolios and foster women entrepreneurship.
The bank has now added various digital products and is now providing value-added services and has also introduced a CRM-based customer grievance redressal mechanism which will improve the standards of grievance redressal in the bank.
Significant progress has been made in areas such as digital onboarding, risk management, generative AI use cases, and streamlined processes like re-KYC and deceased claim settlement. I congratulate all awardees and acknowledge the collective commitment of PSBs in making this journey a success.
The EASE agenda continues on its journey to drive meaningful reforms each year.
EASE, through all its three pillars, has instilled a forward approach to implementation of best practices through continued reforms. EASE is not only a reform agenda, but an institution building process making banks future ready to meet ever-changing greater economic and systemic demands. The end objective is always to provide best service to the customers in easiest possible ways while maximizing gains for the bank.
In 2025-26, let's take the next big leap in this journey and rise together, driving sharper outcomes, deeper reforms, and a bold push towards future-ready, high-performing public sector banks.
Come on, a round of applause is in queue. Truly meaningful reforms each year. Well, after hearing some imperative thoughts from our industry leaders and after having some marvelous showcase of the initiatives taken, I now request our dignitaries to join us back on stage. May I please invite Shri M. Nagaraju sir, Shri C.S. Sethi sir, Shri Atul Goyal sir and Shri Ashwini Kumar Tiwari sir to once again join us on stage. Let's put our hands together for our dignitaries one more time. Welcome back. And I must say that now I'm pleased to invite on stage Shri Ashish Madhavrao More, IAS Joint Secretary, Department of Financial Services, to share his perspective on the emerging banking scenario. Let's put our hands together for Shri Ashish Madhavrao More. Warm welcome, sir.
Good evening to everyone. Respected Shri M. Nagaraju Sir, Secretary, Department of Financial Services. Shri C.S. Sethi Sir, Chairman, Indian Banks Association and Chairman of SBI. Shri Atul Kumar Goyal, Chief Executive of Indian Banks Association. Shri Ashwini Kumar Tiwari, Chairman, East Steering Committee and MD of SBI. MDs, CEOs, EDs from all the public sector banks, all officials from the Department of Financial Services, PSBs, and the banking fraternity, the team IBA, the knowledge partner McKinsey & Company, and ladies and gentlemen. It's indeed my honor and privilege to stand before you today at the EASE 7.0 citation ceremony, an occasion where we celebrate not just achievements, but the collective vision and progress of the public sector banks under the transformational EASE reform agenda.
As we all aware that the seeds of ease reforms were sown at Gyan Sangam in March 2016 in Pune, under the visionary leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister. This was followed by the PSB Manthan event in November 2017, which together laid the foundation for what has now become a movement, a structured, measurable, and mission-driven transformation initiative for public sector banks, followed by the PSB Manthan 2.0 in April 2022. From its inception, the EASE agenda, enhanced access and service excellence, was designed to overhaul the functioning of PSBs. It aimed to create a customer-centric, technology-enabled, performance-driven banking system that aligns with the aspirations of New India. Over the last 7 years, this agenda has focused on deepening financial inclusion, improving customer service delivery, accelerating digital transformation, strengthening risk and compliance frameworks, enhancing corporate governance, and investing in the human capital. It's a matter of great pride that EASE has now ingrained in the public sector banks what was once a reform program is today a pillar of culture, innovation, and resilience. In my recent interaction with senior leadership from the PSBs and the Indian Banks Association, I observed a strong sense of ownership and commitment with EASE principles. Today, the banking sector as the backbone of India's economic development and PSBs, being the largest player in the sector, have a crucial role in promoting inclusive and responsive banking, especially as we work towards our national goal of Vikasit Bharat 2047. During the EASE walkthrough today, I was glad to note how PSBs have adopted next generation technologies, not just for operational efficiency, but to deliver an enhanced customer experience. From AI-based customer service to predictive analytics, in risk management, the pace of digital transformation has been commendable. The EASE 7.0 edition has aligned itself closely with this vision. It has placed sharper focus on serving the youth, women, farmers, MSMEs, and addressing climate risk, all of which are priority segments for India's sustainable development ahead. The dual structure of EASE Pillar 1, focusing on common reform actions, and Pillar 2, encouraging bank-specific strategies, has allowed for both standardization and innovation. I am especially encouraged by the 3-year strategic roadmap that each bank is developing under the Pillar 2. DFS is actively engaging with all these banks on these strategic initiatives. As Pillar 2 gains momentum, we must explore opportunities for further collaboration to pave a shared path of innovation and excellence for all the PSBs. EASE Pillar 2 could also help identify ideas for further EASE Pillar 3, which focuses on implementing collaborative initiatives. By fostering collaboration and co-creating agile, shared solutions, we can ensure strong execution of initiatives and accelerate the adoption of best practices across all the PSBs. The presentations we have seen today from the senior leadership of various PSBs have not only showcased the best practices, but also illustrated the power of collaboration. Each initiative presented had its own unique character, yet all were aligned with the broader vision of EASE Next. These initiatives cater to diverse banking needs, including the modernization of core technologies, expansion of digital services, implementation of customer relationship management, and adoption of human resources best practices. Today, as we recognize the milestones of EASE 7.0, we are also looking ahead with renewed determination toward EASE 8.0, EASE Rise, which stands for risk and resilience, innovation, socio-economic impact, and excellence. These 4 pillars are not just themes, they are a call to action for each one of us to ensure that our banking sector remains future-ready, inclusive, and robust. Before I conclude, I would like to compliment each and every stakeholder involved in this journey, the DFS officials and officers, IBA representatives and the leadership, bank leadership, and all the employees who have been instrumental in driving change on the ground in reality. Together, we are not just reforming our banks, we are transforming India in this manner. Thank you so much for inviting me for this program. I wish you all continued success for EASE 8.0, EASE Rise. Once again, thank you so much. Jai Hind.
We're not just reforming banks, but we are transforming India. Come on, a huge round of applause one more time for Mr. More for those compelling insights into the emerging banking landscape. And I'm sure that your words inspire us to foster innovation and prepare our institutions to lead in a digital-driven, customer-centric future. Thank you one more time. And next up, ladies and gentlemen, is an address in queue I am sure that you and me are unanimously curious about and looking forward to. Well, joining us to the dais is a veteran, I must say, a transformative leader indeed. Well, he is someone who truly needs no introduction, but just for me to put it in context, joining us is an IAS officer belonging to 1993 batch, and over the course of service, he has served at state, national and international level in the state government and has served as district magistrate, director, tribal welfare, secretary, Principal Secretary of Health, Women and Child Development. Well, he has also worked as advisor at the World Bank in Washington, D.C. One of his most significant contributions also came during his tenure as Additional Secretary, Ministry of Coal, where he led the transformation of the coal sector. Well, also to mention that throughout his career, he has been known for combining strategic vision with on-ground execution. And now, as the Secretary of DFS, he is truly steering India's financial sector towards greater innovation, empowerment, and institutional excellence. Well, I can see some wide smiles in the audience already, so I know you all know that who I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Shri M. Nagaraju, Secretary, Department of Financial Services, Ministry of Finance. Come on, let's put our hands together, everyone.
Thank you very much for the nice words. It is very pleasant. Mrs. Srinivas Sethi, Chairman IBA and Chairman SBI. Mr. Ratul Kumar Goyal, Chief Executive, IBA. And Ashwini Tiwariji, MD, SBI. And all the MDs and CEOs, PSBs. My colleagues from the ministry and all the EDs from all the banks and all the banking sector professionals. Let me express my gratitude to IBA for inviting me to this citation and also celebration of the awards. So the congratulations to all the award winners for the excellent work. I think rightly the headline here it shows celebrating the ease. I think I'm also really, last time I think we have not seen the success stories we had on ease program, but this time each bank has presented one of its most successful programs. I think we all of us are equally benefited by the innovations they have done. Now, I was actually thinking, so I will speak from my experience in the last 1 year. Now, EASE program enhanced access and service excellence. I'll make a couple of points on this and then I'll move on to what actually has happened in the EASE program. You know, enhanced access for Viksit Bharat 2047. We have anywhere between 300 to 350 million people still outside the formal financial, full financial ecosystem. That is our target, both for the public sector banks as well as the private sector bank. And then let me also add that is actually target for the country as a whole. Unless we bring them to formal financial system, and we can't say that we have provided enhanced access to everybody in the country. Now, some of you will have actually chance to ensure this transformation takes place during your tenures. Some of the EDs are here, perhaps by the time next 10 years you will be MDs, you will be leading the banks, so you will have a chance to do that. The other is service excellence. Now, if you look at it, I remember as a student, I think most of you must have gone to the banks also. As a student, when we used to go to the bank, you always had a pleasant experience. Of course, you rarely used to go to the bank. Only when you know that your scholarship amount has accredited, you will go. Otherwise, your parents have sent the money and you know that money has reached, you will go to withdraw it. These are the two things. But you go once in a month, twice in a month, but you always had a pleasant experience with the staff there. I still remember during my college days as well as university days, I always had pleasant experience. Not with the bank manager. Bank manager is a very senior man. He sits in the big room, but the other staff, very pleasant talking. They just ask you, how are you, and all those things. And then, now that is actually missing. Now, in fact, in the rural areas, since I worked a long time in the rural areas, also from those areas, most of the managers and staff know most of the people in the village by name. Now also, if you go and ask RRBs or cooperative bank or even South Indian small banks, even big banks also, I can also include Canara Bank also in that, if the staff stay 3-4 years, they know the most prominent people, homes, houses, what do they do, what do the children do, how much land they own, what would be the income, every detail will be there with the bank manager. And therefore, then they also keep visiting. I remember my childhood, the bank manager used to evenings just to come and just for like that. Used to come with the prominent families, sit here and talk, and then go back with the motorcycle, whatever it used to have. That kind of personal touch is actually missing as we become more urbanized and as we become more commercialized. Now, in the recent past, last 2-3 months, I have visited, I think, maybe 7-8 branches. Each branch is a different experience, I can't tell you, all of you. How disappointed I was. Because as an IAS officer, when you go, of course, I never visited in the last several years, but they know that, okay, so they ensure that branch manager does all the transactions required. But this time when I went as a normal common man with one of my colleagues, we were actually disappointed, completely. One senior bank officer who was with me, UCO Bank, they were saying, please, sir, it's a very sorry experience. They were also senior managers. Ashwini knows, I think Ashwini must have got some information. They were with me. In Delhi, when I visited again, some senior bankers are with me. They were also disappointed. That is also a new dimension they have seen from about their own branches. This is how it is happening. Therefore, service excellence is very, very important. As we move forward, as the services becomes much more digital, much more commercial, much more transactional, personal connectivity, personal connection, empathy, understanding are very, very important for a country like India. I think we all need to lay on that personal aspects of doing business. That is very, very important. Unless we do that, wherever we go, whatever we achieve, it has no meaning at the end of the day. You don't get actually satisfaction. People who visit the offices will not get satisfaction. Please ensure, while we would like to provide world-class services, whoever comes to the bank, but we also need to display that kind of aspect which actually makes people come again and again to the bank and ask for services. That is not happening. I think that we need to focus, all the banks focus on this aspect. Now, I was thinking, what are the things which has happened with ease? Broadly, you can note it out. One is, of course, banking sector reforms. As Chairman IB has mentioned, it's not only PSB reform that has happened with ease reforms. It's actually led entire banking sector reforms. Imagine, before 414, only bank which has very robust digital presence in the country were ICICI and SBI. and a bit of HDFC. HDFC I don't know. I think maybe when I was in the state, Canara Bank used to be very tech savvy. In fact, they are the first one. I used to have my office account there. They have actually online transactions also in 98, 97. One of the earliest banks to do this tech business. After that, Canara Bank little went away, but ICICI used to be very fast. So, not only that, the banking industry expanded in the last since the 16. These reforms, I think, all visible. People actually see now. I think whether we accept it or not, people actually see. But as typical Indians, we also demand more. Not that actually we have not improved, not that there is no transformation in the banking industry. No, there is a lot of change, a lot of transformation. But now people are asking for higher levels of standards, higher levels of satisfaction. Therefore, we always need to do better because we are a service industry. The second thing is, linked to that is of course modernization. You look at it, earlier the practices, rules, regulations used to be always very old. Now, the level of modernization within the organizations that has happened in the last 6-7 years is phenomenal. I think we should give that credit to the ease reforms agenda for moving you all into modernization. Now, the other thing which has happened is excellence in services, in both products. Appraisal mechanism, earlier used to be manual. Chairman SBI is telling me, earlier used to be MSME loan, take a lot of time manually. And even for the lawyer confirmation, land confirmation, it takes time. Now, because of the digital thing, since everything is on digital, we are able to have less time to make a turnaround. And innovation in the products. Large number of products we are doing now because of this. And the third goal, which I'm very happy to hear, as a sector, we are all actually geared up to achieving the goals of 2047, Viksit Bharat. Now, when we designed this, and RISE, we are actually calling it as RISE now. We have been doing it, now it's a RISE. Now, I was thinking, what is actually the greatest change that has happened with ease? Now, whatever I have mentioned, I think, yes, all of you we have done. Our profitability is also good. I think last month we have reviewed with FM numbers. I think all the MDs knows. PSB banks have done better than the private sector banks. I don't know since how long ago we have done better than the private sector banks. Profitability, NPAs, cost to income. You name the parameter, I think all of you saw the numbers. Name the parameter, we have done better. But outside, nobody realizes this. But all the numbers we have done well. But what is the change that has happened? Actually, I can see there are two changes that has happened, which are intangible changes. One is culture. Change in the culture of PSBs, of being very professional, of being very independent, and also being actually able to think for yourself, for your own bank. That has actually come with many of you. I also was talking to some junior officers during my travels. In fact, I don't know, many MDs I know, you keep briefing me when you visit to the regional level and branch level, you keep get engaging with the young officers, talking to them to know. In fact, many of them are also actually become very professional, younger officers. We should actually realize that. Compared to when we were 30 years ago, the younger lot actually much more professional, tech savvy. In fact, they are also thinking what actually better thing can be done. So this change is transformational for all of us. And then the other thing is what happened is innovations. I don't know how many new things were introduced earlier. And how many new products or services, whatever it is. HR practices were introduced by the banks not from the North Block or DFS. But I actually see every month, every bank, most of you keep informing me saying that, sir, we launched this new product, we launched this new service. Now, nobody asked you to do that, but all of you, the number of products you have launched, number of innovations you have done, both in the products, appraisal, dispersal, and getting the new business, I think that actually, this all has actually come from the ease reforms. Otherwise, you do not come. Now you started thinking for the bank, what more you can do, to do. And I also think the other benefits we had with these reforms, with the manual structure now obsolete and behind our thing, many of you have not, I think many of you might have noticed, you had actually more time to think strategically with a long-term vision compared to in the past. Now everything is structural now, structurally organized, your entire business. You have committees at various levels, they approve or disapprove whatever they do. But as a chief executive officer of the bank, you have actually more time to think for the vision for the future of the bank, and also to have a strategic thinking. This year I have seen many banks had strategic sessions, 2 days, 1.5 days. Now SBI from tomorrow onward they are having 6-monthly strategy session. Now like this, everybody have actually strategy session. You will be able to think actually. This is because of the ease reforms, in the sense that the digitalization has relieved you from the routine work. Otherwise, would have actually spent hours poring over the data, numbers, calculations, analysis. Now it is all being done by the apps. And that way we are actually better off. Now, of all the things which I actually consider the greatest benefit is, I think, actually all of you had actually, the greatest benefit is freedom from fear. None of you actually have fear of doing something new. Earlier you used to, I don't know, whatever it is, but you never felt that you had freedom to do something in the bank, in your organization. I think ease reforms has instilled the confidence and the capacity to think for yourself and also do something you believe right. That's why most of you have done tremendous profits and most of you have great future in the bank. The freedom from fear actually is the one which is going to keep all the institutions stronger going forward. Now I know when I say this, I consider the 16th Jnana Sangam, when Honorable Prime Minister was present in Pune, when this entire thing started and we launched the reforms, we have done so much. And now this is the 7th year, let's say. I think this also has to be transformational for 2 reasons. Now this year we are going to have, while we are thinking about it, but the main thing is 2047 Viksit Bharat goals achievement. That we built into the Ease 8, but we need to think how actually there are 2-3 things we have to collectively contemplate. One is how do we make by 2047 at least 4 or 5 large, big banks in the country. Now, all of you are industry veterans. Most of the banks now in the top 10 are China. Only I think 1 or 2 are from US. US earlier used to be, all 10 used to be from US. All the US banks have been dethroned by the China now. Only 1 bank, I think, Chase is there. Rest of them are all out of 10. And a country of our size, economy, future, and hope, we should be actually figuring at least top 10, 1 or 2. We need to be there. Because it comes, with the big bank comes the scale, the vision, and also the confidence to undertake risky projects that are required for the development of the country. And as long as we remain small, all the banks remain small, our thinking will be smaller, and there is no progress for that. So we need to think, we need to have bigger banks. The second thing is, for becoming bigger bank, banks also require capital. See, as long as we take away the dividend, as long as we distribute the dividend, as long as now capital banks will not grow. Incremental growth, how many years it will take you to become one of the Chinese bank? at least another 50, 60 years, if you grow incrementally. Unless you think differently, you're not going to grow, you have to think. Then only you will be able to have bigger banks. So capital is the one which is, so always you have to think, how do you ensure the banks are bigger? Now, Central Bank of India, I was looking at the presentation by, where is Mr. Rao? This is one of the oldest banks, 1911. And I remember, Central Bank of India used to be the big, very big, once upon a time. Now, whatever is the reason, now we are only looking back, maybe because of policies, maybe because we don't have vision, that remained where it is now. Now, if you look at it, 90s, these two big banks, they are not even banks that time, ICICI and HDFC. Look at them now. Where are they actually 90s? Canara used to be very big at that time, point at time. Bank of India also used to be very big. They are now nowhere now. Now, they have actually breathing the neck of the big banks. They have become bigger than Baroda, I think. Now, we need that kind of vision to build. If you look at the 19th century, how these Bombay, around Bombay and Karnataka, large number of banks were started. Even middle class people, little richer people, they started the banks, laid the foundation. And it's our responsibility as this generation to ensure that we have the bigger banks that are able to withstand the shocks and also finance development for the country. Therefore, this year I hope that we will have this year should be as transformative as the first year. SBI already, I think all of you may be knowing, SBI during the last strategy session, they already committed themselves, okay, like Indian Constitution, we the people of India. They have actually, we the SBI, the chaps, they all committed themselves to double the bank business in 5 years. They have taken a commitment and they are working that. I think some of you big banks should have a commitment and you need to work out, that's what I have been telling, we need to work out accordingly. It's not only that we need a vision, but also need steps to move to that vision. That's how we need to work out. Please think about these things. Now, let me thank the IBA for partnering the reform agenda along with all of you so that the country will be very proud of the banking system. I'm not going to talk about the normal things, but I want to assure you only one thing. From the DFS side, we'll remain committed in our support to all of you to undertake reforms, innovate, and enhancing access and also providing excellent services to our customers. We should be actually feel proud of our services we provide. And country should feel proud. In fact, country should have world-class institutions. Whether you're a private sector institution, public sector institution, doesn't matter at all. As long as institutions are world-class. That's how actually we feel proud that we have XYZ, which can actually be world-class. Let us try to be that, and the banking sector has, I keep telling, you are the brain of the Indian economy. Entire system will fail if the brain is not working. At a certain point of time, limbs looks like they are very important. No, it's actually the brain which is most important. Banking sector is like that one. And we need to be always ahead of rest of the sectors in thinking about the future and protecting ourselves and ensure rest of the sectors are protected, well protected. With these words, I once again congratulate all the winners which are likely to come now, and IBA chairman and the chief executive and the IBA team for organizing this wonderful function and inviting me to share in your happiness and joy. Thank you so much.
A huge, huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, one more time. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your pioneering thoughts with us. And I must say that your address and your presence has truly added a lot of value to why we are here today. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time we move forward to the most awaited segment of this evening. Well, I can see some smiles already, so you all know that which segment we are moving forward to. Yes, we move forward to the highlight of this evening, which is the prestigious Ease 7 citation ceremony. Well, this is the moment where we will pause to recognize and applaud the outstanding performers whose dedication and innovation have driven the Ease reform agenda forward, truly making a significant impact on the banking sector. Well, before we move forward to our Ease 7 citation ceremony, let me ask you all the most quintessential question. Are you all ready for this most awaited segment this evening? Okay, I don't see that energy yet. Come on, everyone. Are we all ready for the Ease 7 citation ceremony? Yes. All right, so with that excitement, I must say the house rule for this citation ceremony is that we will need all your excitement for all our citation winners walking up on stage. And as you all know, we need to applause for them as well, because applause works just like karma. The more you give, the more you get. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, as we move forward to this segment, I would request Shri M. Nagarajuji to present the citations to the top winners of Ease 7. And I would also like to invite our dignitaries here on stage to also please step forward for giving away the citations to our winners. I would also like to invite Shri Ashish Madhavrao More, Joint Secretary DFS, to join us as well. Come on, let's put our hands together for Shri Ashish Madhavrao More, and may I also please invite Shri Rohan Chand Thakur, Director DFS, to join us for the citation ceremony as well. Come on, let's put our hands together, everyone. Yes, y'all can step forward to our dignitaries because it's time we will move forward with our citation ceremony. Well, ladies and gentlemen, before we begin, we have, for each citation ceremony, we have 4 categories divided. Our 4 categories, wherein first category being the data quality recognition, that will be our first category. Our second category being top improver. Our third category for the citation ceremony is a theme-wise winner. And our fourth category for this will be overall top performer. Right? So these will be our 4 categories for our citation ceremony. Where देवी और सज्जनों कहा जाता है कि मेहनत इतनी खामोशी से करो कि सफलता शोर मचा दे. So on that very positive note, let us begin with the first category of citation, which is data quality recognition, truly celebrating the banks that have demonstrated exceptional commitment towards data integrity and quality. So first up, ladies and gentlemen, we will announce the second runner-up citation. Well, I can see some excitement at its peak. So for data quality recognition, for the second runner-up position, the citation goes to, put your hands together for Bank of Maharashtra. Come on, let's give a huge round of applause. They bagged the second runner-up position in this category, Bank of Maharashtra. Many, many congratulations, inviting the leadership and team of Bank of Maharashtra to join us to receive the citation. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for our citation winners walking up on stage. Heartiest congratulations to the entire team. Many, many congratulations. With that, we now move forward to announcing the first runner-up position for our category data quality recognition. And it goes to, put your hands together for Central Bank of India. Come on, let's give it up for Central Bank of India, inviting the leadership and team from Central Bank of India to join us and receive the first runner-up citation. Our leadership and team from Central Bank of India, many, many congratulations to you. Come on, everyone, let's keep the energy high up in the air. Many, many congratulations on that remarkable achievement. You've made it to the list. Fantastic. That's the energy, the applause that we need. forward to announcing the winner in this category, data quality recognition. And the citation goes to, the winner is Indian Bank. Come on, let's give it up for Indian Bank, the winner in data quality recognition category. I invite our leadership and team from Indian Bank to join us and step forward to receive this very well-deserved recognition. Come on, let's give it up, ladies and gentlemen. All the applause is up in the air. Many, many congratulations. Thank you so much. Very, very well deserved. Congratulations on that remarkable achievement. Well, before we move forward to our next category, we have the Special Initiative Citation. And the citation goes to Indian Overseas Bank. Let's give it up for them, inviting the leadership and team of Indian Overseas Bank, bagging the Special Initiative Citation. Many, many congratulations to the entire team. What a remarkable achievement. Come on, everyone. I don't believe the energy is so palpitating. Come on, let's give it up for them. Team of Indian Overseas Bank right there. Come on, let's give it up for them, everyone. Many congratulations, excellent achievement. We move forward to announcing our second category, which is Top Improver Banks, acknowledging those banks that have shown the most significant overall progress under EASE 7 agenda. Well, right here, we shall announce the second runner-up citation in the Top Improvers category. And the citation, the second runner-up, goes to UCO Bank. Many, many congratulations, inviting the leadership and team of UCO Bank to join us. Receiving the citation, right here, the second runner-up. Congratulations. Our winners all suited up, walking up on stage. Been an impressive improvement journey. Congratulations to you all. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. The energy is palpitating. Come on, let's give it up for Team UCO Bank. Congratulations. Congratulations to the team. Congratulations. We now move forward to announcing the first runner-up citation in the Top Improvers category. And the citation goes to, put your hands together for Bank of India. Come on, let's give it up for them. Inviting the leadership and team of Bank of India to join us to receive the citation. Many, many congratulations to you. I must say there has been some tremendous progress. Your absolute moment of glory, your absolute moment of victory. Come on, everyone, let's give it up one more time for Team Bank of India. Many, many congratulations. With that, we now move forward to announcing the winner of the Top Improver category. Any guesses for this? Anyone? Okay, let me put this out. The winner of the Top Improver category goes to Punjab and Sindh Bank. Come on, let's give it up for them, inviting the leadership and team to join us and accept this honor. Many, many congratulations on this remarkable achievement. Ladies and gentlemen, come on, let's give it up one more time for Punjab and Sindh Bank. Been a commendable achievement. Congratulations for making it to the list. Thank you. Well, Devi or Sajjano, कहा जाता है कि कड़ी मेहनत का कोई विकल्प नहीं होता। सपने वो नहीं होते जो हम सोते हुए देखते हैं, पर सपने वो होते हैं जो हमें सोने नहीं देते हैं। So taking that inspiration from that quote, it's time we move forward to our third category, which is theme-wise citations. Yes, we move forward to theme-wise citation, recognizing banks that excelled in specific focus areas under EASE 7. And as we all know that EASE 7 was built around 5 key themes. So we'll have 5 key themes right here. First up being banking towards Viksit Bharat. Our second theme being excellence in customer service. Our third theme, adoption of new age technology and other advanced capabilities. Our fourth theme in this category is effective risk, fraud management, collections and recovery. And our fifth theme in this category is developing employees for emerging banking priorities. And we have our second runner-up, first runner-up and winners across these themes. So ladies and gentlemen, in this category, theme-wise citations, first up, I'd like to begin with having the privilege of inviting the leadership and team of State Bank of India for SBI's outstanding performance across multiple themes, where SBI is recognized as winner in excellence in customer service, first runner-up in banking towards Viksit Bharat, also the first runner-up in adoption of new age technology and other advanced capabilities, and second runner-up in developing employees for emerging banking priorities. Inviting our leadership and team from SBI to join us to receive this very well recognized award. Many congratulations. This has been a commendable achievement. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up one more time for SBI. Congratulations. Well, in a theme-wise citation, some fantastic words of exchange happening there. Congratulations to the team. Well, next up in theme-wise citation, I now warmly invite the leadership team of Bank of Baroda, who have shown excellence across multiple areas. Bank of Baroda has been recognized as winner in adoption of new age technology and other advanced capabilities. They also emerge as winner in developing employees for emerging banking priorities. Also the second runner-up in banking towards Viksit Bharat, and also emerging as the second runner-up in effective risk, fraud management, collections and recovery. Congratulations. Let's have one more round of applause for Team Bank of Baroda. Congratulations, you've made it to the list. Well, let's ensure we take a fantastic picture. We'll love to get a click together. Come on, everyone. Give it up one more time for Bank of Baroda. Many congratulations. Well, it's their hard work and perseverance that has made them reach here. Some warm smiles and words of exchange happening there. And we love to see that. Congratulations one more time. That has been some stellar accomplishments. Congratulations. With that, we move forward to inviting our next citation winner. I now invite the leadership of Punjab National Bank for their commendable achievement across multiple themes, where PNB is recognized as winner in effective risk, fraud management, collections and recovery. They emerge as the first runner-up in excellence in customer service, and the second runner-up in adoption of new age technology and other advanced capabilities. Many, many congratulations to the entire team of Punjab National Bank. Come on, let's give it up, everyone. Let's keep your spirits and energy high up in the air. Congratulations. of the theme-wise citation. I would now like to take this opportunity to invite the leadership and team of Union Bank of India for their exceptional performance across 3 important themes. Union Bank of India is recognized as winner in banking towards Viksit Bharat. They also emerge as the first runner-up in developing employees for emerging banking priorities, and also the first runner-up in effective risk fraud management, collections and recovery. Well, where are the applauses, ladies and gentlemen? Come on, let's give it up for Union Bank of India. Heartfelt congratulations to the entire team for that exceptional achievement. Come on, let's give it up for them. Fantastic. Thank you so much, and many, many congratulations to the team one more time. Fantastic, remarkable achievement, I must say. And well, next up, ladies and gentlemen, I now have to invite for this very category theme-wise citation, I'd like to invite the leadership and team of Canara Bank for being adjudged as the second runner-up in excellence in customer service. Many, many congratulations to the team of Canara Bank, requesting the leadership and team of Canara Bank to join us on stage. Many, many congratulations. Adjudged as the second runner-up in excellence in customer service is none other than Canara Bank right here on stage. Congratulations one more time. Congratulations. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's ensure that we don't drip that energy. Let's give it up for them one more time. Congratulations, Team Canara Bank. All right, so with that, like we said, we have 4 categories. It's time we move forward to our next category, which is top performing banks, which is, I'm sure, one of the most awaited announcements right here. The most awaited category, the top performing banks, evaluated on the basis of overall scores achieved across all parameters. So it's time we announce the second runner-up citation in this prestigious category, and it goes to, put your hands together for Union Bank of India. Many, many congratulations to the team, inviting the leadership and team of Union Bank of India to join us and receive the citation. You'll emerge as the second runner-up in this very prestigious category, top performing banks. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up. Where are the applauses? Let's keep the spirit high up in the air, everyone. Many congratulations. I must say that has been a remarkable achievement for you all. All right, we will now shine a spotlight on the first runner-up of this category of the top performing banks under Ease 7. And ladies and gentlemen, it goes to, put your hands together for Bank of Baroda. Let's give it up, the first runner-up as the top performing banks, inviting the leadership and team of Bank of Baroda on stage. Congratulations, you all have made it to the list. Outstanding performance, I must say. देवी और सज्जनों, जोरदार तालियां होनी चाहिए. They emerge as the first runner-up. Bank of Baroda on stage. Congratulations. बहुत-बहुत बधाई. Many, many congratulations. All right. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time, the moment that has finally arrived, we all have been waiting for, to know who has emerged as the winner of the top performing bank. Well, I can see some smiles in the audience. Okay, so carrying those smiles and shining a spotlight on the winner of the top performing bank and the citation. Ladies and gentlemen, it goes to... Any guesses? Louder, come on. Okay, so I'll take those guesses as right. Ladies and gentlemen, it goes to none other than State Bank of India. Many, many congratulations to the team. Inviting the leadership and team of State Bank of India. And I think we should double up our applause. Come on, let's gallop those applause, everyone. Louder. Emerging as the winner of the top performing bank. What a remarkable, excellent achievement. Congratulations. Your absolute moment of victory, a golden moment, I must say. Thank you so much. Congratulations. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, one more time, can we have a round of applause for all our winners? A huge, huge congratulations once again to all of you, because your dedication, perseverance and innovative approaches continues to raise the bar of excellence in the Indian banking sector. Thank you once again for driving those positive change and driving the future of banking under the EASE agenda. Thank you one more time. With that, I would request our dignitaries once again to please take a seat on the stage. Thank you so much, Mr. Rohan Chand Kumar and sir, for joining us. So you can take a seat on the stage, please. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I must say that has been a remarkable achievement for all our winners, and congratulations to all of you one more time. And with that, I would now like to invite to the dais Shri Ashwini Kumar Tiwari, Managing Director, State Bank of India, and Chairman of the EASE Steering Committee, to share his reflections and the way forward. Let's put our hands together for Shri Ashwini Kumar Tiwari.
Thank you. Respected Secretary DFS, Shri M. Nagaraju, Chairman IBA and SBI, Shri Challa Srimaslu Setti, Shri Atul Kumar Goel, Chief Executive Indian Banks Association, Shri Ashish Madhurav More, Joint Secretary Banking DFS, Shri Rohan Thakur, MD and CEOs of all public sector banks, EDs, my colleagues on the SBI MDs, and other officials, ladies and gentlemen. So we've had a long day today. It seems like we started at 2:30 or around 6 o'clock, and we had some very good presentations which were thanks to the Pillar 2. And the EASE journey as it continues from 7 towards 8 has seen so many events, and we have had a lot of recap from the Chairman IBA and also from the CEO IBA plus Secretary. And I think if we just reflect from one shade of where we were when we started this, everyone then used to say that this is a twin balance sheet problem with public sector banks. And from there, I think the FM said recently, it's a twin balance sheet advantage. So therefore, this fact itself, and of course, the Government of India, DFS, is credited for putting in a lot of money, but without these reforms, I don't think that money would have been put to good use. So in that sense, this setting up of process, systems, structures, which modernize the banking system in a way, is also responsible for where the banks are today with all the support they got. So I think with that is a signature contribution of this entire journey. And one always worries as to, or rather thinks as to what this journey will entail as we go forward. But I think the challenge before us, or the objective before us, to go up to 2047 and make India developed, the per capita income needs to go up 5 times on today's prices. Now, which means the banking system, which is the major supporter of the economy, needs to deliver at least 10 times, because what we have seen is that the credit growth, the GDP growth, the banking system credit growth should be at least twice or at least 4 to 6 percentage point more. So I think the objective before us, the challenge before us is very clear. And I think therefore, EASE every year will need more such initiatives, and as the Secretary very rightly observed, that incremental things will not work. And how do we create not only very large banks, maybe in the top 10, in 2047, I think he did not say it, but expectation is Now that 8 out of 10 are Chinese banks, then at least 6 out of 10 should be Indian banks. And that is the expectation. And if we do grow by 10 times, we will automatically, there is no need to plan for it. So I think that challenge is clear. And therefore, how do we go year by year? Is RISE, therefore, is a very apt challenge, very apt name which has been kept, that we have to really rise and take that leap. In the State Bank of India, we did a very strong initiative led by our chairman, the next leap. And therefore, this is RISE also needs to leap towards 2047, and all banks need to deliver on this. And there are multiple areas. I think one of the key areas which we have discussed in the is RISE is the creation of a sales vertical in all banks. Today, the sales function, and we always had this challenge in amongst all public sector banks especially, that shouldn't the branch be the focus area? I remember Mr. Raju said that branch has to be the main driver. But I think today's, with the cost of all the banking resources which are there among the public sector bank employees, among some of the highest paid in the banking industry up till the junior level. So therefore, with that kind of a cost, with increasing digitization, and our thinking that the branch should deliver everything, I think this will probably not work. So therefore, creation of this sales vertical, which would be an outbound sales force, partly outsourced, partly our own people to supervise, I think is one of the key figures, key points of the next is RISE, which we will work on. And hopefully this will help us to compete in the market better, especially in the area of deposits, which we all seen last 1 year plus. We have had a challenge on deposits. And unless we now go out and seek deposits, it won't work. So therefore, I think this is just one point which we'll work on the is RISE. But there are many others. Digitization continues. And as digitization continues, how do we control the risk of cyber, the risk of systems failing, the resilience of keeping the systems working with the increasing transaction load is something, again, is a continuous journey. So therefore, with all of these priorities and to continue to serve newer segments, we had women and youth as part of the is 7. But this is not a one-time thing. This has to be continued. The gig workers, which are the latest constituency, the employment is shifting from full-time to part-time and sporadic, rurals, and we will have our hands full. And as public sector banks, which have the major role for government priorities and to be executed in a proper manner, I think our challenge, our role, objectives are very clear. Let's work on this, and this EASE journey will continue. We'll see you next time on EASE 8 initiatives and the awards similarly, and maybe we'll do even better than what we have done. The Secretary Sir's challenge for us to create larger banks, better banks, more resilient banks, and much better than private banks. I think we will take up that challenge. Thank you very much, and all the best to all the winners once again.
Thank you so much, Tiwari sir, for your strategic insights and, of course, the leadership in guiding the EASE initiative. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to bring the formal session to a close, I invite Sri Gopal Murli Bhagat, Deputy Chief Executive IBA, to deliver the concluding remarks and vote of thanks. Let's put our hands together for him as well.
Respected Shri M. Nagaraju Sir, IAS, Secretary, Department of Financial Services, Ministry of Finance, Government of India. Respected Chairman IBA, Shri C.S. Sethi Sir, Joint Secretary DFS, Shri Ashish Madhurao More, IAS, Shri Rohanchand Thakur, IAS, Director Banking DFS, Shri A.K. Goyal, Chief Executive IBA, MDs, CEOs of public sector banks, Deputy Managing Director SBI, and Executive Directors PSBs. Our knowledge partner for EASE, McKinsey and Company, ladies and gentlemen, other executive participants, Team India, Team IBA. A very good evening to all of you, coming to an end of a very lively, energetic session. Now this responsibility of closing the ceremony in a formal way by giving vote of thanks is on my shoulders. I feel I'll be failing if I start speaking without first clapping for all of you who are in this hall and who have contributed to this ceremony. Sir, the activities captured through the video have aptly been summed up journey of ease. We also had presentations on Pillar 2 initiatives by the senior management reflecting seriousness and commitment for the reforms. Would like to reassure the Government of India that the public sector banks are geared up to meet the emerging needs of the people ranging from farmers to corporates. MSMEs are in focus, appreciating the need for generating employment in the economy. Sir, I would like to express gratitude to the Secretary DFS, Shri M. Nagaraju sir, for accepting our request to be the chief guest for the event. Sir, your presence has always been inspiring and provided the required focus. We have noted your guidance and initiate necessary actions on that. Sir, you have very correctly mentioned that unless we succeed in bringing those 30 to 35 crore people who are still not in the formal sector, we need to work to bring them into financial inclusion. Sir, personal connection, yes, this is being felt. Customer service is really the most important part of the banking industry, and in the recent messages, it has been mentioned at all the levels. We'll definitely work on this, sir. Sir, you have well appreciated the digitalization which has taken place much more during last 6-7 years of ease journey as compared to the earlier decade itself. If we remember the initial days of the last decade, the digitalization was in very, very native stage, and we were all struggling to computerize, to achieve more digitalization. But today it appears, despite being global leader in digitalization in banking, we still have many many miles to go ahead. Sir, Viksit Bharat 2047, we need to be fully prepared for that. And I assure you, sir, on behalf of all the public sector banks, and IBA will be taking the lead in this and doing the needful, sir. Sir, very happy to note that PSBs have done better than the private sector banks, a message which is very inspiring and encouraging for the entire banking industry and all public sector banks. So I think each and every employee of public sector bank, each and every person, each and every stakeholder needs kudos for this. Thank you very much, sir, for these appreciating words. Sir, very correctly pointed out by you, ease has given confidence and freedom to the banks to take initiatives, to do experiments, and the result is we are seeing today in better numbers of business, risk management, and compliance level. Sir, thank you very much for your encouraging message. Once again, presence of Joint Secretary Shri Ashish Madhurao More at this event reflects his keen interest on the reforms agenda. Thank you, sir, for gracing the occasion. You have mentioned that all the presentations made by the senior management have potential to further improve the banking industry, the procedure and systems. Thank you very much, sir, for pointing out this. I will express gratefulness to Director Shri Rohan Chand Thakurji for overall guidance and special focus on Pillar 2 initiatives. Thank you, sir, very much. All the 3 suggestions given by you for cross-bank working groups and to create repository of successful initiatives and thinking of mentorship within the banks, will take it forward, sir. I express gratitude to Chairman IBA and SBI, Shri C.S. Shetty, for leading the SteerCo for ease for about 4 years and providing much needed impetus to the reforms under ease. Sir, I think, of course, everybody needs appreciation for the contribution, but one person who will need most appreciation for the success of ease is Mr. C.S. Shetty. Thank you very much, sir. He continues to lead implementation of various reforms. Thank you, sir. You have very appropriately appreciated role of DFS in driving reforms and their mentorship. Thank you very much, sir. Many thanks to the steering committee of EASE under chairmanship of Shri Ashwini Tiwari, MD and of SBI, for taking keen interest and in taking effective steps to accelerate EASE initiatives. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I express gratitude to all MDs, Chief Executive Officers, DMDs, EDs of public sector bank for their commitment to the reforms and making it successful, and also for their active participation in the event today. I also take this opportunity for expressing our big thanks to all executives of the banks and IBA team. I will also express my great thanks to our knowledge partner, McKinsey and Company, for their guidance and support and encouraging all the public sector banks to take initiatives. Sirs, we are sure that IBA will continue to be a part of the growth story. With this, thank you very much once again. Thanks to all of you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Well, thank you so much, sir, for your gracious words and encapsulating the success of this memorable event. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we now conclude the formal proceedings of this ceremony. Thank you to each one of you for your presence and participation in this meaningful celebration of excellence in Indian banking. So can we have one final round of applause for all of you for joining us here, and many, many congratulations to all our winners. I'm sure that we look forward to our continued collaboration and progress. Have a very pleasant evening. This is Priya Shamankar signing off from this event. And one more time, a round of applause for all our dignitaries on stage. Thank you for joining us here. Thank you. With that, I would request everyone to please join us for high tea and take those collaborations and conversations forward. Thank you one more time.